right. Hello, chat. How's it going? We're back. We're continuing with the Ace Combat grind, and you know what? I forgot to grab something with caffeine in it. I got water. Like, I went to the fridge. All right, hold on. I will be right back. This is important. Caffeine is important. I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. I grabbed caffeine. Like I said, it was important. It's important that I get caffeine. Doritos or corn bulges? What the hell is a corn bulge? Corn bulges? What the hell? I can't even find it on Google. What is a corn bulge? I'm gonna need assistance on this one. It's gotta be a typo or something. But we're back. We're back. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Maybe not. Okay. Maybe? I don't know. At this point, I might just sneeze at random. This has been a smooth start. Anyway. We're back. I need to finish up the S ranks. Oh, PCSX2 update. Surely this can't break anything. Let's go for it. See what happens. Gotta finish up the expert S ranks so that I can get my cool plane that I earned. My cool plane that I am earning through hard work and dedication, and by that I mean just every once in a while I have to play one mission twice instead of playing it once. Unless it's that mission that I started the last stream with that took like 4 attempts. Maybe because I reset it an extra time. Oh, bugles. What would be, I feel like there's probably a more direct comparison. Maybe there's really not. I typed in Doritos versus, and it's like Doritos versus Cheetos. Maybe, I guess they're both cheesy. Doritos versus Takis, Tostitos, Lay's. We could just do best Dorito flavor. Or really, it comes down to 2. There's probably some like Buffalo Ranch Dorito enjoyers. But there's the big 2. Hold on. That can be question of the day. I've never done this one. I think Doritos are all over the place. I don't think they're everywhere, obviously, but I think that most places have Doritos. Doritos. Say it more naturally. The big 2 flavors are the nacho cheese and the Cool Ranch. Updating and not breaking something. I just threw on the update. So we'll see what happens. I was like, screw it. What's the worst that can happen? Have you found the Doritos, buddy? I have. I haven't had Doritos in so long, though. Like, actually... Oh, man. When would be the last time that I... Holy shit. Maybe it's been, like... 3 years plus, even, since I've had Doritos. That might actually be legit.
In addition, you must defend
It sounds wrong when I say it out loud, but like I'm really thinking about it.
The resistance fighters will end the blackout over the city.
I think it's actually been that long.
And help liberate the city.
That's actually, that doesn't sound right. Because I'm trying to think. I definitely haven't had them like here since I moved back from Florida. I know that I never had them when I lived in Florida because like, if I was gonna buy snacks, I wasn't going to buy Doritos. I did buy some snacks once in a while, but it was never like, I mean like a big like family size bag to just like have in the cupboards of my apartment. I never would have gotten Doritos. It's just not a snack that I would have purchased a huge bag of. Just wanted to say hi, going to fall asleep now. All right, Steak. We'll see you around. Oh, I do have, it's the F-22. The new Ace skin is the F-22. Why do they all look the same? I'm exaggerating a little bit before anyone freaks out, but hold on. I'll be able to see all three of them like this. There's the F-22 with no skin, right? This is what it looks like. There's the F-22 with the, like, I beat the game skin. And this is what it looks like. And then there's the F-22 with the Ace skin. It's just different shades of gray. I mean, I think the darker shade from the Ace skin is the coolest. But all the other ones, I feel like the Ace skins get pretty wacky. Hold on, let me get caught up. I love cheese, but I gotta tip my hat to Cool Ranch. Who's better, Pixie or Rusty? I'm gonna say Rusty. I think Rusty has a lot more going on, but I think that it's because Armored Core 6 is a longer game that has a lot more, like, character background and stuff going on. Or not character background, character development and stuff going on in it. I like Pixie. I love Rusty. You know. Who's Rusty? Oh, Armored Core 6 Rusty. The two guys who call the player buddy the entire game. Is why they're being compared. Or sorry, not the Wyvern, I don't think. But holy ghosting. Okay. I unlocked whatever the plane is that just automatically unlocks if you have a an Ace Combat 4 save file on your memory card. And like a few days ago, I had to act like I had no idea what people were talking about when they mentioned it in chat. I was just like, oh, really? You can unlock a super plane for free just by having an Ace 4 save file? That's weird. How does that work? I never knew. I'm a liar. In all fairness to me, I actually didn't know that it was because of the Ace Combat 4 save file. I had no idea why it unlocked immediately. Like, I didn't bother to look it up or anything when it happened. So I just kind of didn't know why it unlocked. So it was news to me that it was because of the AC4 save file. To be fair. Oh wait, isn't it only one? It is only one for tanks in this game. God damn it. You still have to buy it? Yeah, you do still have to buy it. That is an air-to-air. I didn't look just because I was like, oh, it's the only thing I have. It's not like I'm making a big decision. This is gonna be a sort of pain in the ass in that case. It's, it's under the bridge. God damn it. Sorry, words are hard. I haven't been talking like at all today, so I'm a little tongue-tied. But this is gonna be a pain in the ass with missiles. Although, to be fair, even when I have bombs, I definitely don't use them. Missed? Missed? How did I miss? Oh, it's the XO2. That is the one that I was thinking of, I think. I think that is the one that unlocks just for having an AC4. 68% AC4 save file. 64%. Oh, okay, I got hit for 1% there. I didn't have that option. It's the, what's it? Words are hard for me right now. It's been a script writing morning. So, my speaking skills, like my brain is working, my mouth is not. My vocals, if you will, are not warmed up, even though my brain is. These helicopters make for some nice and juicy points, I have to say. Oh, that's a yellow. Nope. No, I was like, oh, another helicopter? Don't mind if I do. All right, time for a repair. Nice and early. Oh, the XO2 is the Wyvern. Well then, yes, I unlocked the Wyvern. It takes time for me to learn these things. I'm only just coming to terms with the Warthog being called the Warthog. I saw in the Discord server, by the way, I saw people saying that it was apparently a Giga Chad move of me to play the, and I'm definitely going to pronounce it right, Diapason mission in Zero with the Warthog. I thought that seemed like a normal pick. Like, I've definitely flown the A10 just for the meme before. It's not like I haven't, but that was me being legitimate. I was just like, oh, ground targets? It's time for the A10. Diapason? Diapason? This is an actual word.
Diapason.
Diapason.
Nicely done, Mobius 1. Go and prepare for your next sortie.
It's you. Oops, I meant to open Steam. Hello, Payday 3. You are that user on Discord. See, sometimes if it's not the same, I'm just like, this is definitely someone from YouTube. I don't know who it is, but it's gotta be someone.
Altitude restrictions canceled. Return to your mission, Mobius.
God damn it. Lego in Discord earlier was also like, I wonder if Cole is getting sick of the Project Wingman question yet. And I responded with, I've been asked the Project Wingman question 3 times today, which is true. And Swashplate, regular chatter seen around these parts, has now asked me for a 4th time in the Discord server if I will do a Project Wingman video when I'm done with the AC videos. Fought them all in an Eagle. I think that would definitely be like a fun playthrough. I think a fun playthrough, hear me out. I think A10 full playthrough. I missed. Shit. I think A10 for the entire playthrough is a great idea. I could do it. I'm trying to think. AC3 would cause problems. Outside of that, you could do like a full series run where you fly the A10 for every single mission. AC3 just has like the, you know, it like locks you into using the cannon planes. So that one you couldn't really do, but A10 for all of the, what's it called? The missions in the whole series, that could be a challenge run. For sure. Highest difficulty, of course, otherwise, like, you could do it on normal. It just won't feel like an achievement on normal. You won't be able to be proud of it if you just do it on normal. I mean, in a sense you could be. You wouldn't be as proud of it. I'll say that. Not as much pride in doing it on normal. Or, if anyone wants the real challenge, F-117 playthrough. Full playthrough. Now that would get my attention. I gotta say. If someone, especially air combat, if someone was like, I beat air combat on hard using only the F-117, that would be something. That would really be something. Oh, there we go. Vehemently disagree with the Zero review conclusion. Look, I knew it was spicy. Like, even when I was just taking my notes for the video, I was like, oh boy. This is gonna go about as well as when I say that Halo 3 is my least favorite of Bungie's Halo trilogy. Except it'll be worse because I'm saying it on a video instead of a stream. I still really like it. Don't get me wrong. But I don't like it more than this one. Oh wait, that's a building. I've got 2 minutes and a C rank. I think I might need bombs. I might need bombs. I thought you'd like 0 more than 5 for sure. The thing is, I haven't replayed 5. You know what I mean? Like, with 5, I can tell that subsequent playthroughs will sour it. Oh my god, all the good targets were up here the whole time. I thought it was gonna be aerial targets making up all the orange up here. I didn't realize it was just free ground targets for such good value a pop.
Enemy facility destroyed. Sam destroyed. Hard right now.
I still don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. How does that not earn a point? Look, the song itself, 0, almost earned it a point. Almost. I considered it.
Surface target destroyed.
Because that's maybe my new favorite Ace Combat song. I don't know. I feel like the final song in every PS2 Ace Combat game, like, those 3 songs are my top 3 songs in the series at this point. Just straight up. Like, Megalith, The Unsung War, and 0 are my top 3 in no particular order. Hold on. I forgot to pull up the thing for the aces, to be honest, until you just said it. This is mission 15, right? Directly in the center of the map. Actually, if I quit mission, I get to reselect the plane, right? Oh. Yeah, here I am. That would be good. Bomb would be good, for sure. The Latin song from Ace Combat? I don't know. Oh, you're, wait. For a second, I thought you meant, oh my God, yes, the 3 Latin songs. Yeah. They're the best ones. They're the best ones. And not to forget, Sunset Glow in AC2. Actually, Sunset Glow might be in the top 3. I might bump the Unsung War down to number 4 just to pull Sunset Glow up to number 3. I think that's, yeah, that's probably more accurate. Let's go with that. I'll go with that.
Clear to engage. Bandit confirmed at vector 0.
Where is this guy? Oh, there you are. Olmsted. I'm ready. How long do you think this will take?
Mobius 1, engage.
Please don't eat up too much of my time, sir. There you are. Come here. Beauty shot? Absolutely. I'm going up here first. Definitely the weakest. Yeah, it's really good. Like, it's still one of the best Ace Combat songs just on its own. But in that lineup, like in that trio of tracks, it's definitely my least favorite of them. Pickle. Who the hell comes up with this code? Like, who thought of pickle? Anyone know why they came up with pickle? We're already at 900 points. I think I was just doing something wrong last time. That's so not worth it. Neither is that. That's not, yeah, shit. I tried. It was infuriating on replays. Yeah, it was, on the couple missions that I had to like retry a good amount, it was already very frustrating. So I'm sure that when I go and do another 3 runs of it for stream, that's when I'm gonna sour on 5 a little more. And I thought about upping Zero's score for it. Like, it came to mind, that alone. But then I was like, I've done all the scores up to this point on just like the merit of the first playthrough. So it would be kind of wrong to start skewing it now. So I stuck to my guns. Okay, I don't need to be dogfighting. Oh, and I'm turning the wrong way, actually. Go this way. Yeah, that works. That works. Not even top 10, you say? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You can kill yellows. Yeah, I just don't know if it's going to be worth it because they're so slippery. I don't think it's worth the time spent. Unless their AI is worse on this mission. How is that a miss? I feel like that was a pretty free shot, if you ask me. I forgot that these are guided bombs.
Tank destroyed. Box 2.
We still got 6 minutes. We are absolutely cooking right now. Doing the ranks, I 100%, like the other day I was like, sometimes when you're playing for the S ranks, it feels like dogfighting is just not worth your time. And the more that I play for ranks, the more I'm like, yeah, that is one of the larger gameplay flaws in this one. For sure. Is the point system. If I'm going for the ranks, just makes it so that I don't want to dogfight at all. Because it takes so much more time to get like the same amount of points that I get for just shooting one ground target. Maybe a little poorly thought out. I might not have noticed it when I reviewed it, because I wasn't going for rank when I reviewed the game. I was just playing for shits and giggles. Can you turn around, maybe? Like, give me a free shot? I would love it. The ghosting genuinely made me think that he was facing a different way. It might just be time to move to the other area. Yeah, it probably is. I've still got 4 minutes on my clock. I have no more iconic quotes that I'm contractually obligated to say in your comments section every time you release a video. What, you're telling me that there's no, like, goofy Metal Gear Solid memes? Are you sure? And now I've just planted the idea. Like, after playing the first Solid, I know that there's no way in hell there's not crazy memes from the later games. Assuming they stay as goofy as, what's it called? Metal Gear Solid 1, which I hope they do. Metal Gear Solid 1 is like perfectly walking that line of feeling like really, really silly and serious at the same time. Like, it can have fun and be kind of shitposty, and it doesn't break my immersion from the story somehow.
Tango 3 here. We're fighting on Route 7 near the arch. Mobius 1, Fox 2. Tank destroyed.
Like, when Devil May Cry has lines like "fill your dark soul with light," I immediately am just like, what did he just yell? It's more about the way he yelled it, but like the line isn't great to begin with either. Same with like the old Resis, right? When they say the goofy shit in those games, I'm immediately like, oh yeah, I'm playing a video game that is poorly translated and acted. But Metal Gear Solid somehow made it work, despite having some really goofy shit. Okay, maybe that's not entirely true. One of my Japanese animes took me out of it. I was very caught off guard by that one. Now that I'm thinking about it, that one was maybe a little too far. Or when he started talking about otaku conventions and how much he loves mecha. I was just like, what game am I playing again? Well, what happened here? A second ago, I was fighting a manic cyborg ninja. Now I'm getting told about mecha and anime. That's kind of the beauty of it. Is it not? It's just too damn slippery. Yeah, it's definitely not gonna be worth it. I'll give it one more. I'll try to get a shot. Oh, I should probably go for a repair, but I need more points, and I've only got like 2 minutes. Who else is around? I'm not fighting the yellow. Why did it change my target back? Where am I facing? I can't see where I'm turning in cockpit view. That was a great shot from me. Oh, beauty. Wonderful. Oh, he's flying sideways, but there's a chance. No, he's going too fast. Why can't you be slow like the other A-10s? Used to be An anime otaku. Wait, that's... I was upset Ashley didn't invite Leon over for Hanky Panky in the remake. I like the way that they kept the spirit of it without her being so, what's it? Straightforward with him, I guess? Forthcoming with it. I felt like that was one of the lines that survived the transition fairly well. Because, like, there were some RE4 lines that they kind of tried to keep and just rewrite the way that, like, the RE1 remake did it. And like the RE1 remake, it would kind of just be like, no, it's not the same. The only difference there was that she wasn't so... she didn't spell it out for him. But it definitely felt like she was maybe hinting a little bit, if you ask me, still. You should come inside the box too? Then you'll know what I mean? There's no way that a character says that in Metal Gear. You've got to be shitting me. That can't be legit. You've got to come inside the box too? You're kidding me. If that's an actual line, there's no way I can't write that into the script. Are you shitting me? I won't be able to help myself. Snake says it. Oh my god. I'm just waiting for this line now for the rest of the reviews until it happens. I'm just waiting for Snake to tell someone to come inside a box. That is genuinely incredible. The best part is that doesn't even sound like it's intentionally funny. That sounds like they didn't mean to do that at all. But that's amazing. And of course I'm out of missiles. I had no idea. Oh my god. Oh my god, why are you so hard to hit? I've got 8 minutes. I got time. It's only a little, it's a light bombing.
That was an ISAP tank which just passed by us. There are tanks gathering on the highway.
Ashley in Remake was actually a great Resident Evil girl. She was definitely an improvement. I agree. Because old Ashley, man. Old Ashley drove me crazy. Like, even when I was younger.
You are cleared to land.
Even more so now when I go back and replay 4. I'm just like, oh my god. Is there a way to turn her off? Like, can we like turn just Ashley's dialogue volume to 0? Is that a thing we can do?
Slow down.
I'm sick of hearing her go, Leon! I hate it. Stop. Let me play the game. Isn't MGS 2 the first video game to ever have the word bisexual in it? What? That's a weirdly specific...
Go and prepare for your next
The
sortie.
first video game to have the word bisexual in it. You think this will come up on Google? Oh. Apparently, the first video game to ever say the word bisexual out loud was Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty. What? It wasn't the first game to put it in text format, however.
Altitude restrictions
But it was the first one to
Change
ever
your
say it
mission,
out
Mobius
loud.
one.
Apparently. That is like the most random piece of gaming trivia I've ever heard. That's just, I would never have been like, yeah, Metal Gear was probably the first game to ever have the word bisexual in it. What about not out loud? I didn't read enough. It said that it wasn't the first one to ever have it in text, but I stopped reading. I got my answer and I left. I went back to flying.
Flames can be seen even from here.
Oh, they're circling around. Hold on. Let me try to, oh, now I'm at a bad angle. Okay. We'll flip around in a second.
There they go, flying above us. The airplanes are only visible when they explode. This is coming to you live.
I got this. I slowed down a little too much. That one's on me. Metal Gear's full of bi energy. That's what everyone says. Everyone says that Metal Gear is like, I mean, I've talked about the video that was in my recommended, right? I've talked about it a few times, that a video popped into my recommended that was like 487 separate instances of characters in the Metal Gear franchise being gay. And I didn't click on it purely because, like, I don't want to spoil the games, even if it's just silly, like, characters saying stuff that sounds gay. But, like, it's one of those videos that once I'm done with the review series, I will absolutely have to go and click on it. I'll seek it out. It's burned into my memory. You don't forget it. The thumbnail had, like, Snake in rainbow camouflage, and it said Metal Gay Solid. Like, it's a video that you see on your front page, and you're just immediately like, you can never forget about it, even though you never watched it.
Mobius 1, box
It's
2.
just one of those videos that I saw it on my homepage,
Mobius 1 destroyed.
and I've thought about it every day ever since. That's true. No exaggeration.
Missile hit.
There's an S rank.
12 o'clock.
I've heard the 9/11 trivia where, like, while it was in production, 9/11, or for the majority of production, that is, 9/11 had not yet occurred. But then by the time that the game shipped, it had, so they had to, like, last second rewrite some stuff because of it. Because it was, like, so weirdly, it so, like, bizarrely predicted 9/11 that they had to change a bunch of shit to, like, avoid controversy,
Reporting for community broadcast.
which is crazy. I've watched that video. It's great. They don't mention it by name at all in Phantasmagoria, but a character definitely likes both men and women. Oh, so it's also just the first one to have it mentioned by
The
name,
city has been liberated.
apparently, allegedly.
It was not only a
From what
strategic
Sepper found in
but a
his
symbolic one
research.
as well. Though it is still dark outside,
Not the first to ever
children
have
will
someone who is
surround the city.
bisexual, but the first one to ever mention it by name. You know, Metal Gear's really out here pushing the envelope forward for everyone. Apparently.
Singing. The town was free at last. During the night raids, the AA gunners had strafed the town in an attempt to shoot down low-flying aircraft. The town militia had now rounded up these gunners.
I love that frame with the guy, like, escorting the captured
retreated as
soldier
well.
and just, like, smiling while he's pointing a gun at him. It's such a weird
After
frame.
what seemed like a long absence,
He's just got a big goofy smile on his face while he's holding a man at
I wondered
gunpoint.
if the fateful enemy Ace, the one that Yellow 13 longed to meet, was among them. What would happen if they ever came face to face?
I don't know. Who can really say?
I fell in with the routed Erusians and followed after the squadron.
Snake has a great ass? I wouldn't know yet, because, like, the best look at Snake's ass that I've gotten is in a game from the PS1. A really good-looking PS1 game. But it's a PS1 game. You know, those poly counts
Whiskey corridors
were still pretty low.
between Lambert and Amber Mountains. The enemy has deployed a large tank force at the end of the corridor as its final line of defense. Despite being outnumbered, our allies must face this enemy contingent.
Well, I'm curious
to
if-
advance on the Erusian capital of Farbanti. Our projected casualty rate is extremely high. We need a miracle in air support to win this battle. Annihilate enemy ground forces and provide direct close air support to our troops.
Did I get Meryl in her underwear? What? Is that a thing that you can do? My search history sometimes. Wait. Wait. Hold on. Huh? This video is all spliced up. I'm not pulling it over to the main monitor before someone says it. Don't even. I'm just, is this actually like an Easter egg? Okay, so apparently if you like alert her when she's disguised as a guard and then chase her into the bathroom like as she enters it, you can get there quickly enough that they actually included an alternate scene, yeah, where she is in her underwear because she didn't have enough time to get changed before you caught up. You know what, Kojima? Never change. Just... you learn something new in these games every day. And apparently, hold on. There's a thread on the Master Collection. Wait, hold on. What? I am reading the craziest thread on Steam right now. I'm just internalizing it so that I can summarize it right now. Hold on. Honestly, I can't even tell what the point of this thread really is. There's a guy saying that he can't get the underwear scene to trigger, and he's pissed about it because he thinks they censored the game in the Master Collection, and everyone else is telling him that it's still in the game and they didn't censor anything, and then he starts going on a rant about LGBT. I'm not joking. I just sat there and tried to like internalize that whole thread to no avail. I genuinely could not pull anything of value out of that. I tried. I really did. I gave it my best. Try pressing R1 in Metal Gear Solid 3 with a certain provocative character. Wait, I missed so many messages after the initial one. Don't pretend you didn't want to see. I had to see. You know, it's for journalistic integrity, right? Also, it's a PS1 character model. I didn't see much of anything. I really didn't. I saw rectangles, man. Yeah, let's hope that this goes well on the first try, because I don't want to have to do this one multiple times. The ace is near the center of the western edge of the map. When she's doing sit-ups, you have to leave and come back. Like, wait, is there more than one scene in which Meryl can be wearing her underwear? What do you mean when she's doing sit-ups? The one that I saw was when she was disguised as a guard and you chase her into the bathroom. Are there multiple different scenes in which you can get an Easter egg where Meryl is not wearing any pants? Because having one is crazy enough.
Central line of resistance at Vector 320.
The game never tells you this, but in Metal Gear Solid 3, if you press R1 during cutscenes, you go to a first-person view from Snake. Ooh. Okay, that's kind of neat. I like it. I'm also just glad to have this great F-22 skin that is a darker gray and has Fief on the wing.
Enemy defensive position at Vector 260. On the nose. Mobius 1, engage.
This is a long flight out here. Take a shot every time you blow up a ground target, please, for the love of God. Legal disclaimer for my sake, do not do that. If you do that, I cannot be held responsible for your actions.
Bandit confirmed at Vector 320.
Which PS1 game looks better, AC3 or MGS? I think MGS does, but I think it's because MGS would have been easier on the hardware. Like, considering how much was being rendered and streamed in and out on AC3, it's, I don't know, is it more impressive? It's impressive in a technical sense. Metal Gear Solid is impressive in, like, an attention to detail sense. Like, every asset in that game looks really good for when it came out. Like, the entire game beginning to end looks really damn good for a PS1 game. There's nothing about it that doesn't look noticeably impressive. Whereas, like, Ace Combat 3, you know, you get even relatively close to the terrain and it still looks pretty low quality. Even considering how good the rest of the game looks. And it's because of just the nature of the game. But I would have to say Metal Gear Solid because of it. Because there's nothing like that in Metal Gear Solid.
Check behind you.
The 48 lock LAGMs. There we go. You know what I just remembered? I wonder if we are going to hear from False at all today during stream. Because False made a great decision last night, followed by a poor decision last night. For the full explanation, False wasn't sure if she was gonna stream last night, as Sundays are normally like her maybe I do, maybe I don't. She decided that she was going to. Good idea. Right? Productive. All that. But she was playing Assassin's Creed 3, and at a certain point she started, like, I was in and out the whole time, but at a certain point she started saying, like, yeah, I'm not ending stream until I finish this game. And she was not close enough to the end of the game to be saying that. But all credit to her, she did finish the game. It just, she did a 7-hour stream until like 1 a.m. to finish the game. And then, you know, that was on Sunday night, so this morning, she has work. I was just like, You know, False, the Sunday stream was a good idea, but I think along the way, there may have been a mistake here. There may have been a bad judgment call, even, if I may be so bold. I say, as the guy who was in there working on the video the whole time, because I have this weird compulsion where it's like, if one of my friends is streaming and like I know that they're getting stuff done, I'm like, oh, I need to be getting stuff done. They're not gonna outpace me. Nuh-uh. I'm the guy who puts in a concerning amount of hours every week. The fuck? That's not your thing, that's my thing. So I may have pulled a 7-hour bender at the end of the day as well, but I mean, I still woke up at my normal time and I felt like shit when I woke up, but I was gonna say, at least I don't have to like go to an office job after like only getting 4 hours of sleep. That would be worse. Definitely. Don't people get work off for MLK? Oh, wait. Is it MLK Day?
Box 2.
I mean, I think it depends where you work.
Locked on.
But
Splash 1, splash 1.
is it?
Bombs away.
It is in fact MLK Day? Badass. Hear me out. Hear me out. You know,
Enemy facility.
I had a hot take today with saying that I think Ace Combat Zero might be the weak link of the PS2 trilogy, right? But let me drop this take on you. I think Martin Luther King Jr.
Mobius 1, box 2.
was a bit of a badass. I think he was a pretty sweet guy. I think he did some cool things.
Radar lock.
Isn't that the guy the FBI murdered? Is it glowing in here, chat? Just me? I think it glows in here.
Central line of resistance. Invector 040. On the nose.
Yes. What?
Erusian forces 4 miles ahead of us. There's 3. No, 4 cars. Tank destroyed.
My job doesn't? I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it depends. I have no idea if her company recognizes it. I wouldn't know. We don't talk that often.
Tank destroyed.
To the point where I was like, yo, do you have MLK Day off today? Does your company recognize MLK Day? I mean, I also just didn't know. These things happen when you are self-employed and don't like watch the news. These smaller holidays that are just kind of like the little like random Monday that you get off of work or school most of the time. I have no idea when these days are until someone just out of nowhere will bring it up and I'm like, oh, sweet, I guess. Friend DM'd me asking if I thought that we would have, wait. Okay, I got that A10, luckily. If we would have MLK Day off if he didn't get assassinated? I genuinely did not have an answer for that question. Ow.
Mobius 1 hit. Tank destroyed.
It's not the worst question. I mean, I don't feel like that's why we have the day off, but there's also a chance that if he didn't get assassinated, there wouldn't be as much of a desire to memorialize him. I would say we probably still would, but maybe not. Who knows? Who is saying ranch? I think that the popular opinion tends to be that Cool Ranch Doritos are the best. Am I wrong? I feel like that's the common take, is that Cool Ranch is the best Doritos flavor, right?
Approaching point of return. Maintain current course to refuel.
Mobius 1, perform landing check. You are cleared to land.
I forgot to schedule a PTO.
2
Oh,
miles to touchdown.
that's unfortunate.
Turn left.
I never
1
used my
mile to
PTO
touchdown.
when I was in dev, and I'm only just realizing that.
Slow down. Speed's too high.
I was there for a short enough time, and I was there from like February to June. So I just never used it. Like, I never had reason to use it. Because there's like, what am I traveling for or anything in like
Nicely
February to
done,
June?
Mobius 1. Go and
I'm not
prepare
going
for your
anywhere.
next sortie.
There's nothing happening in those months.
Mobius 1, you are cleared.
Now
for
I feel like I
takeoff.
have to go get employed. Use my PTO. Leave.
Altitude restrictions cancelled. Return to your mission.
Work is dead
Mobius
today.
1.
At least there's that. Cheese Doritos are the best. I feel like for a lot of people, cheese is going to be the best just because it's like the classic. Right? The spicy one. They do have a spicy one that's actually pretty good. I gotta say. There is a spicy Dorito chip that I think is pretty nice. If you ask me.
Vector 050. Bandit at 5 o'clock.
That's fine. I'm not going for the bandit. I'm going for the points.
Anchor Point City.
I got 9 minutes. I think that's probably enough.
Bandit confirmed.
Maybe.
Vector 120.
I feel like most of the time, just getting to the point threshold is like more than half the points for S rank.
Tank destroyed.
Most of the time.
Enemy vehicle destroyed. Check 6.
So I think I'll be fine. I don't like having a fiery butt the next day. I am absolutely taking advantage of my steel gut while I have it.
Tank destroyed.
Because I know for a lot of people, like, as you age, one of the more subtle things that, you know, you start to lose is, like, your digestive system just can't handle as much abuse.
Destroyed.
So, like, I love spicy food. I eat a lot of spicy food. I'll eat, like, all the carbs I want some days. I'm normally fairly responsible about carbs, but
Vehicle destroyed.
my ass is always on fire. When you hit 30, it's all over. Yeah, I really am just like, I need to take advantage and eat the good food while I can. Like, before it's that point in my life where I genuinely have to reconsider if I want to get the spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes because it's gonna make my ass hurt the next morning. I'll eat all the spicy chicken sandwiches I can until then. Because they're worth it at $4 a piece. Are they still $4 a piece? Any Popeyes lovers in chat? Are the spicy chicken sandwiches still $4 a piece?
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Because when I was in college, I used to go to Popeyes drive-thru for like a dinner here and there, and I would genuinely get just 2 spicy sandwiches, just the sandwich. Because like I could get the whole like basket that had the sandwich and fries and a drink for like $7,
Vehicle destroyed.
or I could just get 2 sandwiches for $8. And I felt like just getting the 2 sandwiches, I was getting more for my money. That's all I was there for anyway. Popeyes does have amazing fries though,
40.
to be fair. Popeyes does have some of the best fries. It's the way they season it, man. Those guys know what they're doing. I mean, down south, you guys know what you're doing with like chicken and potatoes. Plenty. Up here, I mean, our signature dish for the state up here is tater tot hot dish. We throw a bunch of tater tots in a pan with hamburger and we fucking, what's it called? What's the actual word for hot dish? God damn it. Other places don't call it hot dish. They casserole. We make it into a casserole. That's what I was trying to think of. I was like, what do places that aren't Minnesota call hot dish? It's a casserole. I got it. I haven't been here too long. For AC7, am I going to include the DLC levels? I don't think I'll include them for the review. I might play them for stream. That's a good question, actually. Are we talking just for stream or for the videos? I always assume that everyone in stream is from the videos, because normally the streams don't hit algorithm on their own all that well. Normally everyone that's here is from the videos. But I think when I review it, it'll just be like the base game content. But I might still buy the DLC levels and do them for stream. Because I've heard they're really good, so I don't want to just like entirely skip them. But I normally don't include, what's it called? DLC stuff in the reviews. Have I ever? I don't think I ever have, no. I don't think I've ever included DLC. I can't at least think of it if I have. You make videos since when? The algorithm has blessed me then. I've never seen you until this stream. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Tank destroyed.
The extra hard mode in that game is totally nuts. Perhaps. Perhaps. Cole, are you gonna play Project Wingman? Project Wingman! Have you heard of Project Wingman? Sorry, what? You guys hear something? That was weird.
Locked on. Nothing but air. Heads up.
I feel like by the end of the Ace Combat reviews, the Project Wingman meme is going to get so overdone.
The enemy's defensive line is crumbling.
It had a slow start. Now it's kind of at the point where it's really hit its stride. Just the meme of people asking me if I'm going to review Project Wingman. We're not even like halfway through. Or are we halfway through? I think we're like at the halfway point roughly for the AC reviews, right? We're about there now that I think about it. It's only going to get so much worse.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Only gonna get worse at this point. Not playing the 6, but I thought it was only 3 missions. Wait, hold on. 6 missions? Have I been lied to?
Tank destroyed.
Hello, Dave.
Box 2, box 2.
Where is my S rank? Please. We've got 2 minutes. We're not like cutting it super short on this S rank, but do not make me play this mission again, for the love of God. I don't want to. Give me my super plane. Don't make me spend another 20 minutes getting it. I beg you. Is it 6,000? Can I pray for 6,000 points being the threshold?
It's no use. We're nailed down. We've got to wait for air support. Hard enemy radar spike.
Oh, I'm getting shot at. That might hit me. Oh no, I'm lucky. Uh-oh. How many points do I need? Oh, now we're looking not great. All of a sudden. Uh-oh.
You're in gun range.
Oh god, I've got a minute and a half.
Mobius 1, box 2. Our target hit.
Where is it? Where's my rank, game? Ow.
Mobius 1.
I deserve that. Oh my god, where is it? Chat, is thrust vectoring in this game? I didn't temporarily lose control. How did you just shoot that at me? Okay, I might need to change target.
They're surrounding us. Hard enemy radar spike. Box 2.
Oh, there it is. Thank God. Oh. No. What game started? Is it 5? Seven? Visually only, that's why. I was like, I swear they're in the PS2 games. Okay, they have like the visual effect, but it doesn't actually do it. That makes more sense. So I was like, I was gonna say. All right, thank God I don't have to play that mission for another 20 minutes. That is just bomb the desert for 20 minutes straight. Good Lord above this mission. Again? I got the ace, right? Please tell me I shot the ace. Oh, I did. Yeah, because it took me like a minute and a half to even fly out to where he was. Hold on, I'm actually curious. How long did it take for me to get there? Well, that's a minute and a half. Yeah, about a minute and a half. Little over. It's S ranks on hard and not expert. Someone in Discord, like just last week, said that they did the S ranks only on expert and it just unlocks both. Like it unlocks the skin and the plane. Like if you get the skin, the plane just comes with it, apparently. Better have way more air-to-air missions. I feel like there is a weird... I've noticed it more with the PS2 games. Like a weird lack of air-to-air missions. Not in the sense that they're not there, but like there's way more air-to-ground in these games than air-to-air. It feels unbalanced is the best way to put it, right? When will you use the Alvin and the Chipmunks question of the day? The what? Is this in the Discord server? Alvin, oh my God. Hold on. Wait a second. What's the best Alvin and the Chipmunks movie? Are there 4? There's 4 Alvin and the Chipmunk movies? What? I think I've only seen the first one, to be honest. Like, looking at, I know I've seen the name The Squeakquel, but I don't think I've actually seen that movie. I definitely have not seen Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked, and I absolutely have not seen Alvin and the Chipmunks Road Chip. Who's the guy in the cover of the 4th movie? And the Chipmunks Road Chip. Did they just change the actor for, what's his name? Dave? It is Dave. Why did I remember his name? No, apparently he's in it. Who the hell is on the cover of the movie? It's not Dave. Is it this kid? Who's Miles? It's probably someone, I don't know. Chole gave it the lowest score, conspiracy. It did have the most air-to-air. Definitely, I agree. Sorry, I got distracted by Alvin and the Chipmunks. I don't know what happened there. I'll act like this is not normal stream behavior. You know what? To be fair, it's a cool F-117 skin. And now I actually maybe have a reason to use it one more time. Never heard of the new ones. Neither have I. Like, I heard the Squeakquel. I've heard of that one. But I think that's just because people like made a meme about how terrible the title was. I definitely have not heard of Chipwrecked or the Road Chip. F-22 with guided bombs is the best. That's cool and all, but you see this work of art right here? You see that? I see that. It's a thing of beauty, if you ask me. Yeah, I'm using it. Air-to-air missiles, I'll make it work, maybe. I'll see. I can just, you know, see very early on if bombs would be the move.
The outcome of the war rests on you.
Oh, you see that?
Focused on what's at hand.
That's wonderful.
Remember, survival is
Just
paramount.
look at it.
Good luck to you all. And Mobius,
I gotta say,
an end to the war.
that visually,
Gift as well.
I think I might be a Russian plane guy. I think they look cool.
Mobius 1.
I gotta be honest. Like the American planes have a sort of elegance to them.
Silver Bridge at vector
But
020, 4 miles.
the Russian planes have this sort of edge to them. Is kind of the best. They've got a little bit of that
First municipal area
intimidation factor going in a way that the American planes don't really have.
destroyed.
And I think I appreciate it.
Tank destroyed.
I don't think you mentioned the fact that they brought back the 3 special weapons. This is the first time that I've thought about that, to be honest. I think it's because there was a 4-week gap between doing 5 and 0. In terms of like any of the smaller things that I might have compared between 4 and 5 that I didn't with 5 and 0. It's definitely why. It's because between the 5 and 0 videos, I did Ace Combat Advance, which everyone was happy about. Absolutely. Everyone was thrilled when they thought that the AC0 video was going up that Monday as a Christmas gift from me. But instead, my Christmas gift to everyone, to the world, was an Ace Combat Advance review. Everyone was happy about that.
Enemy submarine sunk.
And then I did Metal Gear 2, and then I did Metal Gear Solid, and I finally got around to 0.
Destroyed. Tank destroyed.
I was happy about the Ace Combat Advance. You're in the minority, for sure.
Mobius 1.
I still, like, I have no regrets. It was very funny. So few people were expecting me to do Ace Combat Advance at all.
Destroyed.
And the fact that like my schedule just lined up so that I dropped it on Christmas Day makes it so much better. I have no regrets. Even if it's the least viewed of all the Ace Combat videos, I have 0 regrets about that one.
Tank destroyed.
It was very funny. God damn, the turn speed on this thing. I'm in heaven right now.
Missed.
Ooh, it's a little too fast, maybe. I lost control of myself for a sec. I mean, what? You didn't see anything. I'm a professional. I've done this before. This ain't my first rodeo. It really does turn very fast. And I've been piloting the F-22 all day.
Destroyed.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. I tried. What's more terrifying than a brick hurtling towards your face at Mach 3? By brick, are we talking about like the little missile, or sorry, is it missile, like the bomb dispensers, sorry. The Armored Core brain rot took over and I was gonna say missile dispenser. One of my friends was just giving me shit about how bad my gaming brain rot has gotten since the Armored Core series. He's like, ever since that first series, something in you snapped, where now you just like hyper focus on a random game series for months at a time. And I just kind of sat there and stared at him blankly, like no expression on my face. It's like, because he was right. I was like, damn, yeah, it's a little too great at the turning thing. Has too many damn wings? No. No such thing. What do you mean too many wings? Can't be true.
Johnson Memorial Bridge destroyed. They're cut off now. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
No such thing as too many wings. I've got 7 minutes. I think we'll be fine for S rank on this. This is a way better mission than the last one, so even if we're not fine, I won't mind rerunning this one as much. That last mission was just like, I do not want to have to repeat Whiskey Corridor. A SAM there, an AA gun there, a tank there. Where's that missile? Ooh, that scared me a little bit. I probably need to pay more attention to my radar than I have been. That might hit. Did it? I have no idea. Don't forget the ace. Whoa, I would have forgotten it. The northwest along the western coastline.
I'll fly support on that aircraft.
Streamlabs is a long-lasting member of the community. You know, Streamlabs came back when we needed him most, and by that I mean when I wanted to implement a chat point system, or a channel point system. I guess chat point works, it's just not what I meant necessarily. That's not going to hit. That was caveman brain for a second. Neither of them hit? I think only one of those did. How are these not hitting? Hold on. This time. That's a good one. There we go. I'm gonna need more missiles soon. Ooh, helicopter, hello. That's what I call a freebie. What the f- You can just do that? Huh. Huh. I'm fixing that. I had no idea that the mods could time out Streamlabs.
Approaching point of return. Maintain current course to refuel.
No, it's already done. It's already fixed.
You are cleared to land.
There was just a small oversight.
2 miles to touchdown.
Oh, thank God. The third. Oh. Yeah, you can't redeem third person because Mikkel timed the bot out.
1 mile to touchdown.
So you know who to thank, Tass, for that one.
Slow down. Speed's too high.
He cock-blocked your redeem, bro. He really did.
Nicely done, Mobius 1. Go and prepare for your next sortie.
Cockpit view is the best. I really like cockpit view. Overall, I prefer third person.
Mobius 1, you are cleared for takeoff.
But I do use cockpit a lot as well. Should have been banned a while ago. Streamlabs is the GOAT. Without Streamlabs, you guys wouldn't have point redeems.
Altitude restrictions canceled.
Nothing.
Return to your mission, Mobius 1.
Speaking of, I'm trying to think of a good way to revive faction war. I'm trying to think of a good way to do it, but I'm struggling. Because apparently pure competition isn't good enough for you people. Bragging rights isn't enough, I guess. Gets better 6 and forward? Oh. How much better? Due to unsavory business practices? Yeah, I used to be partnered with them on Twitch, and I separated after all the OBS stuff. And I was with Stream Elements, but then the Stream Elements stuff came out, and like, woof. When it came to choosing the lesser of two evils, it was a fairly easy call to make, for sure.
That's a kill.
That Stream Elements stuff that came out, that was a good few months ago now. Very unexpected, very wild. The TLDR, the company has some very unsavory individuals. Very.
Mobius 1, he's on your tail. Hard enemy radar spike. Fox 2.
To the point where I'm like, yeah, I maybe don't want to be associated with that. That might not be a good idea.
Securing enemy HQ. Tank destroyed. Heads up, enemy radar spike.
Doesn't Streamlabs let you multi-stream? I think so. Oh, yeah, Slobs does. Slobs does. You're absolutely. Go get the ace. I'm worried about the points. I've got 2 minutes still. I've got time for the ace, but I'm worried about the points. This is the only other target left?
Mobius 1, Fox 2.
All right, northwest corner.
Missed.
If that target gets destroyed, there's a chance the mission just ends. I had not heard this. What, the Stream Elements thing? The Stream Elements thing wasn't as big of a deal, which is weird to me, because it's a lot worse. And even, okay, here's the thing with the Streamlabs OBS thing. I did separate from them when it happened, when it all came out, right? I did. But even at the time, I separated just because it was a good idea for me to do so, with that whole situation being such a big thing then. But
Nothing but air. Heads up.
the thing is, did they reach out to the developers of OBS and ask if they could use OBS as a base, and were told no? Yes. But you know what OBS is? It's open source. So, like, by its very nature, it is a software that exists for people to take and modify to have it be what they want it to be. So, even then, like, at a base level, it really wasn't that. Like, it's kind of shitty to ask and be told no and then just do it anyway. It's pretty shitty, but like, it's open source software. And to be honest, they just would have been better off never asking, because they could have just assumed and gone with it. I don't know why the OBS team told them no either. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I don't know, maybe they wanted Streamlabs to pay for it? That might have been it. They might have wanted Streamlabs to like purchase a license for it or something. I don't know exactly why they would have said they couldn't use it. Is this gonna be enough? I think it'll be enough.
Approaching contact point. Stay alert.
To see burning Farbanti, how's the grind going? Almost done with expert slash S ranks slash. Ooh, ouchie, ow. Collecting the ace paint jobs. All right, I'm gonna need a repair if this is how this is gonna go.
Check 6.
You know what, you guys? I'll be right back. I'm gonna play this one safe. I'm not gonna be stupid about this.
Bandit at 6 o'clock.
I don't even remember how to switch from one to another, so I guess I'll stick with... Oh, I don't use Streamlabs OBS. I just use the what's it called? Bot software. I don't use anything else from them. Oh, actually, I switched my alerts over to Streamlabs too.
Mobius 1. Perform
But
landing check.
I don't use their OBS because their OBS is shit.
2 miles
Sorry,
to
Streamlabs.
touchdown.
And I definitely don't purchase their shitty, like,
1 mile to touchdown.
$120 a year premium
Slow
membership.
down. Speed's too high.
I absolutely don't use that either. Because I have brain cells.
Nicely
AC3
done,
needs a
Mobius
remake,
1.
even if it's
Go and
impractical for
prepare
Project
your next
Aces.
sortie.
Make a remake then. It's what's his name? Pirate Software's good old slogan. Go make some games. I may be repurposing it for an entirely different meaning, but go make some games.
Altitude
I love
restrictions
Pirate
canceled.
Software.
Return to your mission, Mobius
That
1.
dude just infected my YouTube algorithm for a bit. And now when he's live, I just throw him on the second monitor and he just sits there in the background. I love that guy. He's such a chill dude. I was going to do that with advance anyway. Bro, someone please, can we... Oh, that might actually not be a terrible idea. Anyone who like does game dev for fun, like as a hobby, a fun idea could be like remaking Ace Combat Advance in the style of a traditional AC game. That could actually be a really cool project. I'm not gonna lie. I can't be the first person to think of this, but now that I have thought of it, that's a pretty sweet idea. Whoa. I want to see someone remake Armored Core 1 in UE5. Armored Core would be such a bitch to script. That could be a fun project, though. I refuse to re-download Unreal Engine. I know that I will put way too much time into just deving as a hobby again, and I can't. As much as I love Pirate Software and he keeps telling me to go make some games, I can't do it. I have videos to make now, Thor. I would make some games. But I have videos to make now. Could you imagine how pissed Armored Core Twitter would be up? Or, sorry, how pissed Armored Core Twitter would be if I popped back up and I was like, hey, remade Armored Core 1 in Unreal faithfully. Just, here you go. Drop that and leave again.
Tango 8 here. We're in control of the Erusea headquarters.
Mobius 1 shot down the 5 aircraft that appeared. Air superiority is ours.
In Game Maker? Bro, here's
Through alive, Mobius 1.
here's my number one thing for aspiring devs, even just as a hobby. Just go straight for something like Unreal. Like, it'll be harder at first, but you'll get so much more out of it. It's such a more versatile tool. It's so much more powerful. Just full send it. YouTube videos are your friend. Unreal's actual documentation is so bad. You will not learn anything using their documentation. But like YouTube, so many people have done YouTube. You could use Unity too. Unity's a good first engine.
On September 19th,
Unity's not a great company.
Erusea accepted the ISAF terms for
So I don't like promoting Unity as much anymore. Because the last couple years, Unity has just seemingly been trying to make me hate them. Me and everyone else. No one really is too fond on Unity right now. But especially me, I'm just like, what are you guys doing?
Never to return
It's like
to
you're
Earth.
trying to antagonize the entire game dev scene.
Down from the sky where he disappeared.
Like, what is wrong with you? Genuinely, Unity has been doing some crazy shit. I don't know what they're on about right now.
The faint scent of perfume. The bar
I
keeps
especially
nodding,
loved
I
their
follow the
previous
squadron
clown
this far.
show.
Each
The
of us had our own thoughts as we
we're
breathed that
charging you
handkerchief.
per download of your game
It no
per
longer mattered
install
to me whether that was
rather
13
than
or
charging a
45.
flat licensing fee. That
Their
one.
memories blurred together as
Yeah, that
one
was a good one.
and left the realm of reality like a dream.
Keep in mind, it wasn't just, oh, we're changing it from a flat licensing fee to the install. It was a
terms of
flat
surrender
licensing
were rescinded
fee
that day, and the war
plus
was over.
cost per install. Yeah, that was a good one, Unity. Everyone was gonna love that. I'm sure they cooked that up in the boardroom and they were like, oh man, the indie scene is gonna be so happy with this change. They're gonna love us for this one. I don't know what they were thinking.
A group of young Erusian officers have taken over Megalith, the super
Skies of
weapon that was under
Deception?
development.
The fuck?
Megalith is a rocket launch facility that can shoot down asteroid fragments in orbit. The only way to destroy
Oh,
this highly
X.
dangerous and
ACX.
fortified facility is to hit it from the inside.
I was like, Skies of
Follow the
Deception.
missile port grooves to find the 3 generators deep within the facility.
You gotta give it to me in
Destroy the
baby
generators
speak,
to
you
access
guys.
the central heat vent. Once inside, destroy the giant
That is the
missile in
next one.
central silo. An infiltration unit will secure your escape.
We're not at the point
There are
yet
protocols for waiting until the
where we get
generators are offline
really into
and taking
spin-off
over the
territory.
sub-control
We're
room
getting
once
there.
the
We're not
blackout
far off from it.
Enter this rat's nest with full confidence that the
So
unit
far,
will
like,
get you out of
Advance
here.
is Skies of
Highly
Deception
likely this will
considered
be
a
your
spin-off?
final mission. Remember, we need heroes after the war too. Make it back in
That's a
one
good
piece.
question.
Dismissed.
It is, like, it's a handheld game. We'll have our lawyers in contact with you. It'll be your entire life savings. Yeah, and them being like, oh, but don't worry, guys, because, you know, of course we thought this through. And of course we have software, or sorry, we have the, what's it called? Capability, rather, to detect duplicate installs, and it will only cost you for first install. And everyone was like, okay, I call bullshit. There's no way you have that. Which, fair enough, there was no way they had that, and they never showed anything to back up that they had that. They literally just said it on Twitter, and that was it. That's all they said about it. And they were also like, oh yeah, we have a system in place where we'll be able to detect pirated downloads as well, so that you don't get charged for those. Again, they just said it on Twitter. Like, no one... They had nothing to back that up. They just said it once in a tweet. And again, everyone collectively called bullshit. We were like, there's no way you have that. Because surely you would have said that in the original post explaining the system, right? Because obviously that's a question that people are going to have. And you would be a step ahead of it if you had thought about it. Right? Where's the ace on this mission? Far north. The music. I would say this is my second favorite song in the franchise still. Now that I've played Zero, the last time that we played this mission, I was like, this is the best song in the series. Now it's the second best. But it's still the second best. All right? Don't get me wrong.
All Mobius aircraft report in. Mobius 2.
Just give it a minute. You know, let it hit. And when it hits,
Mobius 8 on standby.
you'll know that it's true.
Preparations are complete.
It has to be at least the second
All
best.
aircraft follow Mobius 1.
There it is. They should have mixed it louder.
Mobius 1, engage.
But that's just how I feel about like every Ace Combat soundtrack.
Check 6.
Bravo 1 here. All teams are on the 13th floor. But we can't get the sub-control room to open. It's an electronic lock. We'll hold the position until the generators are destroyed. So hurry up.
Here they come. Don't let the enemy get through panel K.
Altman, use your hand grenade.
Give me kill. Give me. Thank you. Expert my ass.
Hard enemy radar spike. Evade. Can't maintain it. Hard enemy radar spike.
I should maybe just go for another target at that point. Who is shooting these missiles? Stop it.
Mobius 1, bandit behind you.
I'm supposed to shoot you. Oh. The music.
Radar lock.
Again, mix it louder. Cowards.
Mobius 1 hit.
The asteroids won't hit you. Don't be afraid.
Hard enemy radar spike.
Mobius 1, incoming missile.
Don't hit me.
Keep going straight. Can't maintain it. I've got a lock.
They had good mixing for 7, making it so that you could hear comms chatter and whatnot over the music, and then the lead dev said, nah, let's crank this shit up to 11. Look, man, the subtitles are right there. I'm joking, by the way. But, you notice how, like, when I do that bit in my videos where I only have the music playing, and it's, like, loud, and it's over the gameplay, it's epic as... YouTube, I'm not saying it,
One, perform landing check.
but it's
You are cleared to land.
so much more epic when it's like loud, like when it's prominent, it's like in the foreground rather than the background. Especially, like, I noticed it with the Glacial Skies track when I did the Zero video just last week.
Slow down. Speed
When I
too
listened
high.
to it in the game, I didn't even like notice how much of a banger it was because I could barely hear it. Like, I went back to the gameplay too and I was like, this is way too quiet, because it is there and it is a banger. It's way too quiet though.
Nicely done,
I never even
Mobius
noticed
one.
it.
Go and prepare
But
for
then
your
when I
next
put it in the
sortie.
video, oh my god. Monkey, thank you for the
Mobius
sub.
one, you are cleared for
Appreciate it.
takeoff.
There's a lot of chatter that doesn't get subbed because it's like locked on and whatnot. Oh yeah.
Altitude restrictions canceled. Return to
I
mission.
don't know if anyone noticed it, but I was incredibly, I'm sure that the other PS2 games have the setting, but Zero, what's it called? Gives you the prompt when you start up the game. It's like, do you want subtitles? And I sat there for a minute and I was like, no, I don't. Because my footage is way cleaner without the subtitles are big in the PS2 games. I noticed it like when I was editing AC4 and 5, I was always like, man, those subtitles are way too big. It makes my footage look like shit. With Zero though, it was just like, do you want to turn them off? And I was like, yeah. Actually, now that you mention it, I do want to turn them off. Made it look so much nicer. Even if maybe I missed a couple of lore details, because I didn't read it and have it sink in the same way. I think it was worth it. I'll turn them on when I stream it for sure, because I talk over everything when I stream. We all know it's a habit I've got. I'm not trying to dance around it. It's my favorite atmosphere. I love the atmosphere on this mission. It's the track, it's the gray sky with the meteors falling down. It's just, oh, the crazy dogfight over the ocean. Like the 20v20 dogfight over the ocean. It's wonderful. Didn't hear the story, conspiracy. I heard the story. I just might have missed some of the finer details, you know? Like just really small, like throwaway things they might say during a mission. Those I might not have picked up. And so far, none of the, story details that I've been corrected on in the comments on the video were like mid-mission subtitles. They were either cutscene details and I'm just stupid, or some of them, I had people correcting me on some details story-wise on the new video that when I went and like looked at them on the wiki, the source listed was like the guidebook or like the lore page in the menus of Zero or shit like that. I was like, okay. I might have missed this, but it's just because I never saw it. Okay, Yellow, we need to figure something out here. I think I'm just hitting the gas, putting distance between us, and then I'll go for a turn at some point here, like a real turn. This dude is fucking crazy. Jesus Christ. Give him a smooch. He is just too Weasley. He's matching my speed. All right. New plan.
Say your prayers.
Better plan. Oh, god damn it. My ally shot a missile and he ruined my plan. Please just hit him. Come on, Quam. I know you got this. The Quam might not have this. Oh, the Quam almost had it.
Missed.
Oh my god. The Quam still came back around. I love them so much. Allied forces didn't have faith in you? Why? They had no reason to not have faith in me. I was a god from the start. I played the other PS2 games. Please, laser cannons, don't mind me. I'm just doing a little flyby for now. But no, this is the expert run. The next run, we will have the good shit. Ally shot it down and I crashed into it because of that, failing the mission laid in. I love AC5's like little random crashes like that. Like it has so many little bullshit things that will crash you. It's in my video because it's so funny, but literally like 4 minutes into my time with AC5,
That's a kill.
the I can't believe it's not Steve Bloom character, the teacher guy, I can't remember his name. It's been 4 weeks, okay? Cut me some slack. Just ran right into the back of me and killed me. 4 minutes, like literally like 2 minutes into dogfighting. It is Steve Bloom. It's not listed on his IMDb because I thought it was him and I looked it up. It's not listed on his IMDb if it is him. Because I did go and like Control F for it because, you know, Steve Bloom's IMDb is like 800 long. Yes, it is him. Fuck me. I missed an opportunity. I've had the running joke where I scream Steve Bloom every time that I hear his voice, like on stream. I've been doing it for years. I absolutely would have written it. I checked it for the video because I was like, oh my God, that's Steve Bloom. But then I was like, oh, apparently it's not Steve Bloom. Never mind. God damn it. Uncredited. Bullshit. Don't mind me. Just doing Megalith things. Very sketchily.
Tango 2 here. We need backup on passageway 6. Tango 2, block off the elevator.
This mission is great.
Our air support will do something.
This is one of the best missions in this game. Just look at it. It's a mission to just behold. You know, take it all in. It was close. That was really close. A lot of Cowboy Bebop voice actors in 5. How many? Because there's one that I had the thought while I was playing, and I was like, oh, that voice sounds familiar. Which, if I'm right, everyone's going to immediately know what I'm talking about. So just tell me if I'm right or not. Because I never fact-checked that one, because I thought it was maybe just me. I was like, oh, it sounds similar, but probably not. 2 at least. Who's the other one in that case? Spike and Jet? I thought so. I didn't think it was actually. Oh my God. This is such a missed opportunity now that you're telling me this. I always say that Cowboy Bebop is like my second favorite anime that I've ever watched. Because it is. It's not just that I say it. It is my favorite, or second favorite rather. It's no Dragon Ball, okay? But it's close. Especially that Netflix version. I loved that. Sorry. Couldn't help myself. I'm working on it, okay? Give me a minute here. You don't know how close I've come to crashing multiple times by just being a dumbass. Wasn't 5 Matt Mercer's first VA gig? Someone commented saying that, and it's one of the most liked comments on the video, but I also went and checked his IMDb, and I mean, it might be now that I know that Steve Bloom wasn't credited, but if Matt Mercer is in that game, oh no, sorry, it's just bullshit. Never mind. It wasn't that he wasn't listed as having worked on it, but he has roles from like years before AC5 came out. That's why. I was like, yeah, someone said it on the video, and I just didn't heart it because of something. I thought for a second it was that he might have been uncredited, but never mind. It's that he had voice acting roles like a few years beforehand. So it might just be one of those like things that caught on within the community because someone said it and then it just spread. But he has roles from like 1999, I think it was when he first started voice acting and stuff. Hold on, I want to read chat, but let's just not fuck it up at the end, maybe. Because, like, I could maybe do this without looking at the screen, but it's definitely a good idea to not. All right. But for a second, I got really excited when I read the Matt Mercer comment, because I was like, that is a crazy, like, trivia fact about this game. That's actually sweet. But then I looked at it and it wasn't true. I was disappointed, personally. You could read and fly. Hey, it's a little tight in there. And I'm way too mature to make a comparison to your mother. When the alia is acta ested, which I definitely pronounced all of that right. In reference to AC6's third ending.
Of burning jet fuel
So I decided to make an Ace Combat 4 one when the Megalith is Agnes Dade.
Is now just a local highway again. I write this letter to you now.
3 I remember?
I know it must have brought him unexpected joy to have an opponent like you at the end of that meaningless war. At least that's what I want to believe. Only you, the pilot who shot him down, can confirm this.
Oh, Bartlett.
So,
Bartlett was Steve Bloom's name.
You.
You were Jet, right? I think. To be honest, I don't even know if that... Holy... What was I? Oh, shows. I've never seen this website before. I'm on behindthevoiceactors.com. Hold on. I'm looking for the Cowboy Bebop actors, but I can't spell, apparently. Yeah, there he is. Okay, so Swordsman's voice actor is Jet Black from Cowboy Bebop. Can confirm that one is true. Let me keep looking through the rest of them. Aha, there is a third one. This one is really obscure. Genuinely really obscure. Okay. Chopper's voice actor is the chief's secretary in Cowboy Bebop. No, I'm not joking. We keep going. President Harling's voice actor. God damn it, I accidentally closed the tab, but he's one of them. Played Labman B, Memphis Brother 2, and Tom Wiles, all in Cowboy Bebop. We're up to 4, actually. Oh my god. Nastaya's... Is that how you say it? I don't remember. It was 4 weeks ago. Nastaya's voice actress voice acted Faye Valentine. Matt Mercer, were you in Cowboy Bebop? I don't think so, but let's just take a look. No, he was not, unfortunately. I don't... Nastasia's, sorry, I read it wrong. It's true. Yeah, I made a mistake when I was talking about it. It's true that he is the reporter. It's not true that it's his first voice acting role. I can't speak today, man. It's rough. Oh my god, we've got a 6th one. Okay. Pops' voice actor voiced Harrison and Calvino in Cowboy Bebop. We're up to 6 at this point. What the fuck? I need to stop saying the F word. I've said it so many times today, and for some reason, the Ace Combat streams get limited regardless of what I say. All right, I checked the whole voice cast. There's 6 of them. There's 6 of them. Not regular show pops. Ace Combat 5 pops. Sly Cooper did a voice in this game. We have no clue who he voiced because the roles aren't credited. Incredible. Every game under the sun once had Crispin Freeman in it. Yeah. Hold on. Let me go back to his page. I'll run through the games. I'll just call out, you know, the ones that I know. He voiced Alucard in MW2, like the new one, the one from last year. Just the first thing, like near the very top. Hold on. Credits are done. So my fun time looking at voice actor roles might be over. He's in a lot of just random shit. He plays a character in Days Gone. He's the Admiral in Metro Exodus. He's still kind of in everything. Looking at it right now, to be honest, he plays a random character in Horizon Zero Dawn. He's Big Monkey in Overwatch. He apparently plays the awoken male Guardian voice in the original Destiny. He's in God of War Ascension as the Bliss King. He's kind of still in everything. He's Sundowner, of course. Some people were probably waiting for it. I'm sure at least one person knew already. Sundowner and MGR. Man, he's got such like a vocal range too. Like so many characters that are so different from one another is the crazy thing. Oh, he was Helios in God of War 3 as well. I didn't even know that one. And I know God of War 3 pretty well, I like to think. He was Jerome in Halo Wars. That's another really small one, but sure. Maybe I lied. Maybe my time looking. Hold on. Give me like 2 or 3 more at least. Let me find a couple more good ones on here. I'm sure there's some that I'm just. A lot of these games I've just never played. All right, so there's the Ace Combat 5 one. I'm not even. Yeah, I don't know. I give up. I started running out of good ones. Okay, it's time. It's time. He's still in everything, to be honest. Like looking through that now. Destiny and not making use of the amazing voice actors they have. Name a more iconic duo. I got you. Destiny and completely squandered potential from day one. Sorry, I messed the delivery up, but
War was an abstract
I got my
idea,
point across.
Nothing more than a show on TV. As a child, I only saw it as something that happened in some faraway land.
I say that as someone who pre-ordered the game, the first game,
Until that final day
and
of
played a
summer.
lot of it, by the way. I'm not just hating blindly here.
One day
I'm not
while
just
in
firing
school, I
shots
looked up
off.
in the skies.
I was
The
very
sound
excited for
of distant
Destiny.
thunder. In the blue skies,
I was very
trails
disappointed with Destiny.
making circles around in a crazy waltz.
Destiny 2 didn't change my mind.
A battle in the beautiful skies far away. I could not tear my gaze away from them.
It was recast in Ace Combat X. Oh. Bungie is looking like a bad acquisition for Sony. They really are. Like, Destiny 2 has gone down the toilet, even for people who enjoyed it. A lot of people are just done with it at this point. They're pissed at Bungie for the way they've handled it in the last couple years. Which, from what I know, reasonably so. I would be pissed too if that was a game that I really enjoyed. Marathon is apparently an extraction shooter. I had no idea about that until chat told me, genuinely. I saw the Marathon trailer, and I was like, oh, that might be good. But then chat informed me that it's an extraction shooter, and I went and found the interview where they said it's an extraction shooter, and now I'm like, oh.
The Allies retreated across the ocean.
Yikes.
before the onslaught of the enemy.
Accidentally hit enter. extraction shooter equals I'm out. Bro, I'm telling you, it's just the new battle royale. Like, we all knew it was coming. It's here. Like, extraction shooter is the new battle royale trend, where it's going to become that one where, like, every once in a while, a good one will drop and it will be exciting for a little bit, but give it like 3 more years and it doesn't matter what's coming out. We're just going to be like, no, I don't want it. Keep it to yourself. I'm not interested.
Stonehenge.
It won't take long.
Mass destruction.
Especially because it's like an offshoot of the BR trend to begin with.
Discovering its potential as an anti-aircraft weapon.
Like, it has so much shared DNA. I think this boom won't even last as long as the BR one did.
Airstrikes failed. As a result, strategic positions on the mainland were lost.
One-hit missile kills? You're kidding me, right?
ISAF to evacuate from the east coast to north.
This is a joke?
ISAF GHQ is
I uninstalled it from how they laid off their employees before Christmas. Yeah, I know, like, obviously their monetization model has always been bad, but that was a thing back in, like, the end of Destiny 1 they started doing that. It wasn't as bad back then, because they only did a couple of those big expansions, but the monetization model was never great in Destiny to begin with, but it got a lot worse in Destiny 2. And then, like, yeah, their internal stuff has been a shit show for years now. Especially, like, they just laid off a ton of their best writers recently. Like, recently, I say like a couple months ago. But like, some of the lead writers from the Halo trilogy were still there. They recently got laid off. They threw them out. They're done with them, apparently. Like, what is seniority? 20 years of what is still, or sorry, 20 years of being there, along with being like one of the leads on what's considered the greatest product your company has ever put out. It's not good enough. We cut them for the bottom line. We throw them out. We don't need them. We don't. That's fine. That was crazy when I saw that stuff about them letting those guys go. I'm just like, bro. Bungie haven't produced a good story since Halo 3. I think it's because of the live service stuff, to be honest. I think it's because Destiny's structure doesn't lend itself to storytelling. Which is maybe a hot take, because I know there's a lot of like big lore heads in the Destiny community. But I just don't think that it's a structure that works for, what's it called? Storytelling. I think that the Destiny structure is probably what does the most damage to it. So for the Wyvern, I think I'm gonna hold off until I buy the last couple planes and use them, because I'll probably end up using the Wyvern around like the second half of this run, rather than using the entire thing. Am I using emulator? I am using emulator, yeah. I'm sourcing copies, dumping them, using emulator. Although for Ace Combat 6, it's, at least from what I've heard, it seems like I might just have to use Xbox One. Like 1080p, 60 FPS. It won't be much worse than 1440p, 60 FPS. And it seems like I'll just get a way better experience out of it. The Wyvern is hella expensive. I see it. I definitely see it. You just can't use it. I don't know, because I heard that a lot about Gen 4 and especially Gen 5 Armored Core. And I was able to get them working. Some concessions, sure, if you were around for the Armored Core reviews, but I emulated Gen 5. I still will on stream too. The thing is, and this isn't to flex, I promise, but emulation is very hardware dependent in terms of bugs and performance, obviously. So I fare a lot better than most people will, thanks to our good friends, the 13900K and the 4080. They really carry sometimes on the emulation front, thankfully, for what I do. The audio like quadruples. Yeah, audio duplication on Gen 7 emulation is something that comes from a mismatch of the audio and visual parts of the game. So if you have a system that's able to keep them synced up, it'll work. But we'll see. I don't think you can get 6 on Xbone anymore. I've heard conflicting things, and I think I looked into it once. Hold on. Let me look at the digital store. I mean, I can get a disc. I've been getting discs. It won't be that bad, but with that, it's a lot easier to do digital if I'm using it like the actual console. It's just so much more convenient for me to do digital. Let me see if they still sell it. Okay, they might not still sell it. I should, what I might be able to get away with is, does anyone know if it's on the Xbox 360 digital storefront? Because I still have my 360 sitting around too. It still works, miraculously. I don't think I got the ace on this mission. I think this is one of the handful that I'm missing. Far north of Newfield Island. Let me look. I don't think I got the first couple.
No joy. I don't see anything.
I don't think A6 ever had a digital release. Really? It's listed on their digital storefront. It just says not available separately. So it looks like it was available and it's just no longer available from what I can tell. But maybe that's the case, and for some reason it's just listed there. I don't know. But if I have to get a disc, that's not that bad. Oh, it was a pre-order bonus. That might be why it's on there then. That could be why. Target can bomb the city all they want. There's a target up here. All right. That makes sense. What's a pain in the ass is that to even like just, you know, double check it, I have to go plug in and boot up the 360 on something, which isn't that terrible, but like it's so much easier to just check on PC, but there's no like way to check the Xbox S sound. I don't know why I'm speaking with a lisp all of a sudden. There we go. There's no way to check the 360 storefront on PC. For the One and the Series consoles, you can just go on to their website and look, but the 360 marketplace isn't on there. A6 disc is backwards compatible. That'll work. Oh, wait, only the disc is back compat? Whoa, audio engine is freaking out a little bit. It's getting a little overloaded right now. Oh, that's gross. Seems to have straightened out a bit. Hello? How many missiles? There we go. I know it is on Series. If it is on Series, it will be on the One, for sure. I just don't have a Series is the only thing. I was fully like off of consoles at that point. I don't remember if PC even got anything. I don't think, from what I would assume, I think Xbox got AC6 because like it was the most recent mainline game, like numbered game rather. Preceding 7, but for PlayStation, AC6 was never on PlayStation because I'm assuming they had a deal for it. There's no reason that they just purely out of their own free will wouldn't have released it on PlayStation. It's just leaving money on the table otherwise. They have to have benefited from it. They probably had a deal with Microsoft for it.
Targets remaining.
But... Uh-oh. Whoa, hold on.
Bandits in gun range.
There we go. AC6 ain't great. Don't spend too much on that disc. It's fine. The Metal Gear Solid video will pay for it. Don't worry about it. Which I think that video is still cooking, by the way. It might have slowed down this morning with the new video going public. YouTube does that sometimes.
Got visual on the downed bomber.
But last I checked, the MGS video was just still going.
Let's go on home.
It slowed down, but it's still, I mean, certainly for being more than a week old, for being on day 8 of its life, it's moving at a faster pace than my videos typically do. I love how the silliest paint job for this plane is actually the real life one. I know. That one I do know because we looked up this plane before on stream. I've seen the paint job.
Thanks to your efforts, the enemy bomber strike was averted.
Always thought it was a bit floaty. The thing is with AC6, I hear a lot of people talk a lot of shit about it, but I never even hear about its gameplay. Everyone talks about the story being cringy. That's the one thing that I hear over and over again. I just played Metal Gear Solid. Enough said.
The war seemed to
The
unfold
cringy
in
story's
the
not going to bother me.
I don't remember exactly when the forces from
Unless
the
it's
West occupied my
really
town.
bad. But
I
it
was
would have to be
scanning
pretty
skies
bad.
Day after day, waiting for Yellow 13 to reappear.
The cringe story, boom. He was typing that before I said it. Had to have. You know, stream delay and everything. Basically 4s with worse
Before I knew
dialogue.
Everything changed. The language they taught us.
I
at
mean, if
school,
it's really, like, is it
our friendly local
just
sheriff
bad
disappeared
dialogue? Or
and
is
was
it, like,
replaced by
funny
foreign
how
police.
bad it is?
In the beginning, some
Because
people secretly tuned into broadcasts from North.
I'm
Pole
also
with their
very
parabolic
outspoken
antennas.
about fun bad is, like,
As
one
time
of my
passed,
favorite things.
The broadcast no longer came in.
The fuck does that mean?
Maybe the satellites
Look,
were
the
destroyed.
themes and stuff behind Metal Gear Solid's story
Military computer networks were
are
shut
are
down.
not cringy. Like, they're really good. But like the moment to moment like writing and gags and all that
So we lived
in Metal
in the
Gear
21st
Solid are
century.
so goofy and
We were
so
reduced
like
to using crystal radios,
disjointed
and
from
horsepower
the
carts.
seriousness of the plot in a way that's really fun.
I moved in with my uncle in town,
But like
who used to be a taxi driver.
it's in that
Out of
territory.
gasoline and out of work.
I liked the story a lot.
My uncle did nothing.
I
but
did give
drown
Metal Gear
himself in
Solid
drink.
the highest number score I've given any game that I've reviewed.
I earned my keep by playing the harmonica in the town bar. The one thing I was good at.
So if I ever say
I'd
something
play for
bad,
silent
it's not because I
occupation
didn't
soldiers
like
in
it.
exchange for their charity and loose change, and used the money to support my uncle and myself. My uncle trash-talked the barkeep who catered to the enemy soldiers, but he never refused the money I brought home.
Sorry, I'm reading comments. I've been pulled into
As
my
for
rabbit
myself,
hole of
I had a crush on the barkeep's only daughter.
crazy reactions
Who's
to
a
the
little
Zero
older than
video. Because, you know, I had some opinions.
Another day passed,
It
yet still no sign of the fighter.
does have a
from
few
Yellow
bad
13
but good
in the skies
quotes.
above our
Some
town.
of it's fun bad, some of it's bad. Hopefully the fun bad is like really fun. Every other character is bad. But you're telling me half of the characters are fun bad. The fandom is gonna roast you. Look, if I do the jokes the way that I did them in the Metal Gear Solid video, I think it'll work. The problem with Zero's story is there was nothing I could meme about, like, in the actual context of the game at face value. I know about the buddy memes, but like, just from the game alone, the buddy stuff isn't that funny. Like, it's funny because the community kind of took it and ran with it in a certain way, but on its own, it's like not funny enough for me to make jokes like I did with the Metal Gear video, where I can have like a joke in there about how Snake just follows women into the bathroom because it's weirdly a regular thing that he does. And then I can just cut straight to him going, "You have a great butt," and then hard cut right as he says it, right? I can't do stuff like that with Ace Combat Zero's story. And I love doing stuff like that in the videos. So I was so, in general, I haven't really been able to do it with Ace Combat. Or Armored Core. It was hard to do it in Armored Core too. I was very rarely able to do it. And even then, I missed some great opportunities in Armored Core for it. Like the AC2, like the I see your, and then he explodes. I should have used that, but I never thought about it at the time. Came into anime. Ace Combat is fairly anime. You can joke about CJ falling for the classic blunder, talking about personal life at the end of an action game. CJ? CJ. CJ. Who the hell is CJ? Hey buddy, still a meme. Hold on. Oh, PJ. PJ. Who the fuck is PJ? I'm lost, you guys. PJ? Oh, the guy who replaces Pixie. Okay, yeah. Remember when I said in the video that I didn't find the characters very noteworthy outside of Pixie? Remember that? I've proven my point. I rest my case. I had no clue who you guys were talking about. Like, as soon as you say that, I'm like, oh yeah, him. I didn't remember his name. He was there for like 4 missions. The only noteworthy thing he ever said was like, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna get engaged to my girlfriend after this. And then he immediately gets hit by a laser. Like, Chole doesn't even know the story because the story didn't do anything to stick outside of the solo wing stuff. That was my whole point in the video. Did you know PJ has a girlfriend? That's the only damn thing I knew about him. He's gonna have a hard time remembering 6's wingmen. Yeah, it's like Chopper, Edge, like the characters from 5. I remember them. I remember them 4 weeks later by name, personality traits. Out of Zero's whole story, I only remember Pixie, and I played that a week ago.
Watch me earn my ace wings today.
That was very much some of what I was trying to get across. Is just like, outside of Pixie, there's really no like strong characters in this game.
Mobius 1 passing over substation. Enemy facility destroyed.
And for me, I really, like, on a personal level, rely on characters to like actually get pulled into a story. Like, Zero has a lot of great lore and themes and all that, and I can recognize that. But the only character that like actually really pulled me in to engage with it was Pixie. And even then, that was only in like the last act of the game. Because you turned off subtitles, I could still hear him. I still heard all the buddy, I still heard all the my girlfriend. But calling me buddy is like, I mean, it worked with Rusty in Armored Core 6, but that's because Rusty was clearly trying to like get in my pants or something, you know? He wasn't just casually calling me buddy. It felt personal. It felt real warm there.
Nice kill.
It really felt like he was just kissing my ass the whole game, to be honest.
AA guns destroyed. Locked on.
I do have the A10, right? I think I do. There's no way that I missed that one on the last playthrough. Pixie is rusty. Pixie is rusty with less development and less, like, clearly trying to butter you up throughout the entire game. Like, it's there, the same stuff is there. It's just not quite as pronounced, you know what I mean? It's not so strong as it was with Rusty. Rusty is like completely over the top with it. And that's kind of why I loved Rusty for it. Because all the characters turn it into an absolute power trip. Zero, I got a comment way back. It was a guy who was mad at me for liking Ace Combat 4. I wish I was joking, but like these are my comment sections a lot of the time. And his comment, he kept saying like, you just like this game because of the verbal blowjobs that it gave you the whole time. And I was like, what? I didn't even like mention how much of a legend Mobius 1 was. When I talked about the story, I barely even mentioned Mobius 1. I talked like completely about like the boys' story in the animated scenes. I barely even mentioned Mobius 1. Like Mobius 1 wasn't even what stuck with me from the game. PJ was funny looking back. Also, hello, False. I saw you. Oh wait, I responded to you. Never mind. If you use an A10 on Ace, I'm going to do ungodly things. What do those things entail?
Fox 2.
Don't tempt me.
Mobius 1 destroyed the target.
Don't tempt me now.
This is Wrigley. Our bombers are decimated. Repeat, all our bombers are destroyed.
Sky Eye, this is Fighter Squadron. Mission complete. We're coming home.
To just make it out and then immediately die. I thought PJ, if anything, was more representative of like naivety
A significant number of
than maybe hope. I could see hope, but I got more like naivety from him as like his main trait. That is like when he's appearing in the earlier missions, especially before Solo Wing splits off. That's definitely more the, I guess, theme that I was getting from him. Maybe hope near the end. But I kind of thought that he was like the generic, like green, naive pilot, if that makes sense.
Chased out the sullen army grunt.
Just not memorable, but not a bad one. Definitely was naive, and Pixie even calls it out. Yeah, that's more what I was getting from it. I don't think that... I don't know. I feel like being not memorable,
each pilot's results for the day.
it depends on the character's position in the story.
Who exceeded 5 kills.
With PJ, I would say that it might equate being a bad character.
I believe it was their custom to call.
Maybe. It's kind of like, if it's a side character who like appears for a mission or two, and they aren't very memorable, it's not necessarily that they're a bad character, but if it's a main character who's not memorable, I think that is a massive flaw in writing. And I think PJ,
I found myself drawn.
I mean, he's the third most relevant character in the game, right?
Bringing his new tally up to 64 kills.
So he might have to fall under main character just because of that. If I don't remember a character, they're a bad character. I think if they're a main character, that's the case. If it's like a random one-off kind of character, a lot of the time you're not really expected to remember them. They can just be plot devices, but I don't think PJ was that. You know what I mean?
I had finally found him.
Took me literal years to realize that PJ died. Because his plane gives off the neutralized retreating animation when he gets hit.
The one he used to play.
That's kind of fair. The first of the worst wingman archetype in the series. They don't even talk much in the first two. Oh, you're saying like characters who are only there for like 3 missions. Yeah. I read that poorly. I was confused because me stupid. God damn it, I'm reading comments again. I'm sorry. I have the tab open now, and I keep like, you know, brain go burr whenever there's a moment where nothing's happening, and I just click on it. And now I can't stop halfway through that comment. People write such like thoughtful comments on these videos, and they write like,
the northern port of St. Arc. However, the radar facility
I could do a whole rant about the Metal Gear Solid video comments, but I won't. There's a lot of great comments on that video. There's the whole human nature aspect of the negative ones stand out in my memory more. There are a lot of great comments on the MGS video. There are a lot of comments. Hold on. I'll just go find the first one that pops up. That's when you know that it's going to be a cringe one. I read the one yesterday. If you weren't here during the DMC stream yesterday, there was a big, like a massive Xbox fanboy who wrote like a 2-paragraph long comment, literally just piling on Sony on the Metal Gear Solid review. And I was just like, what? He was just like talking shit about PlayStation. That was the whole comment. It had nothing to do with the game. Like the guy just clicked on the video to talk shit about Sony. The epitome of MGS2 memes. Oh, really? Here, I'll read you one that does nothing important that's on my screen right now. I mean, I'll read the name. These are public comments. I know a lot of people are like, oh, don't throw the name out, but like, they put the name out. Sorry. Yummy Jared. For context, the title of my Metal Gear Solid video, for those that didn't watch it, is I played Metal Gear Solid for the first time and I was blown away. Yummy Jared says, no, you weren't. That's the whole comment, for the record. It's just, no, you weren't. That. Anyway. Oh, here's one. These are the ones that I was looking for. Hostile Savage says, you had to have actually been alive and played Metal Gear Solid on its release date to understand the impact of it. There are so many comments on that video that say like essentially that in just different forms of people saying like, you can't like the game as much as I like the game because you didn't play it 25 years ago like I did. Why? Why do you go to new people who like enjoy a game that you enjoy for the first time and say shit like that? It's so weird to me. There are those types of people in like every gaming community I've ever done content for, and it is always the strangest thing to me when I encounter it. Like being there when The Matrix dropped, the culture was affected. Like, yeah, you might have a more personal appreciation for it, but it's just so weird to encounter someone being like, oh, I played this game for the first time and I liked it. And to immediately, like, the first thing you do is just tell them like, okay, but you can't appreciate the game in the same way that I can. That's so weird. That is, am I wrong for this? It's such a strange thing to do. Like I said, I've had it in like every community. I've had it for Ace Combat. I had it for Armored Core. Like I've had it in everything. But every time, it's just, I'm just like, what? Why do you do this? Why? It makes no sense to me. Everyone has to gatekeep themselves. I don't get the gatekeeping, man. I don't understand it. I absolutely understand some gatekeeping. Like, if you don't play Doom Eternal on Nightmare, you don't get the proper experience. I'm joking, by the way. I just gave someone in chat PTSD. At least one person. I just immediately gave them PTSD from like 2020. Oh, okay, thanks. I hadn't launched missiles at them. I didn't want the points anyway. Don't miss the ace. I don't think I got this ace, actually. Directly in the middle of the map, south of the 2 radar sites. It can keep the IP from tourists that don't respect it. Okay, I'm bringing out the big one for this one. My now iconic run-in, my memed run-in with that side of Armored Core Twitter when the Ace Combat 5 video went up, where I had a very prominent figure in the Armored Core community tweet about my video, but not in a way where it would ping my notification box. Saying in reference to me, like clearly in reference to me, only a couple hours after the video had gone up, that just playing all the games in the series as a newcomer doesn't mean that you know anything about the series. And then like a lot of that guy's supporters on Twitter being like, I know, I can't believe this dude's videos sometimes. Because everyone was just on the same page that day, that it was in reference to that guy who's playing Armored Core for the first time. Like, he just said that, and everyone was immediately like, yeah, that was a terrible video. And I was just like, the fuck? What? It was so strange. Like, that is some strange gatekeeping. For sure. That's quite a funny and ludicrous statement, in fairness. I mean, it is a ridiculous statement, right? Like, just because I came in and played all 16 games and gave them all like a full-length, in-depth review and analysis doesn't mean that I understand the franchise. The fuck? What do you mean it doesn't mean that? I've done nothing for the past 3.5 months but try to understand the franchise as best as I possibly can. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Should have been happy Armored Core is getting attention for once and a source of knowledge. Some people in his replies were saying stuff like that. Like, they were saying, like, I think it's a good thing that newcomers are coming in and learning about the franchise. And he kept saying, because they would say stuff to the effect of, like, because, you know, it's never been a commercially big hit. And every time they would say that, he would be like, but in Japan, it's been really popular ever since it came out. He would just say it every time. And I'm like, okay, it might have been big in Japan, but Armored Core Verdict Day only sold 120,000 copies lifetime. That is the actual figure. It stands out in my memory because when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, that is insanely low. Like, no wonder the franchise went on a 10-year hiatus when Dark Souls came out like a couple years before that, and then that sold so poorly. No wonder they took a break.
All right, Mobius 1. Mobius 1 destroyed the target.
There are only 100,000 people who live in Japan. Is that true? I thought that can't be true. Where do I live? That's right, not Japan. I could be petty and say that. But I would also just be like, just because it's big in one country doesn't mean that it's a commercial success. Japan population. It's got to be more than that. Okay, it is. I think this was a shitpost. No? Okay. I was like, I thought Japan had a way larger population than that. Gladly, I was right. You are stupid. Well, sometimes I don't know. Sometimes people say things that I wouldn't have thought were true, but they shock me. Playing every game is more than 99% of players.
All aircraft take
The guy still follows me on Twitter, by the way. At least last I checked. I need to check again. But I think he still follows me on Twitter.
Use the return line on the map to exit combat
He does.
area and
He still
return
follows
to
me on
base.
Twitter.
Fly in the right direction, and you'll see a white dotted line.
Tokyo has a minimum of 1 million. Tokyo's got to have a lot. What is his name?
Those of you who need to resupply, tools, your emissions,
You know, I might have just
cross
said
this
the
line to
whole...
exit the combat area and return to base or carrier.
If they say it publicly, it's not throwing them under the bus.
Approaching return line.
But
Follow the controller's orders
it's
for
a
landing.
very prominent figure in the community, and they do still follow me on Twitter. So if you really wanted to know, I don't have to say it out loud. Tokyo's like 50. That's what I was about to Google. I was like, what was I about to Google right before I saw that? Tokyo population. I'm curious.
Mobius 1.
14 million.
Perform landing check. You are cleared to land.
If we round up, but it's
2 miles to
13.96.
touchdown.
Don't say it. It's like, if you wanted to know who it was, it's not all that difficult to figure it out. I don't
1
have to
mile
say it,
Touchdown.
but yeah.
You're on the money.
Oh shit,
Pull up.
I'm
Altitude
maybe,
too
yeah, a
low.
little low. I caught it. That's what happens when we fly and read chat at the same time. But yeah, my classic run-in with gatekeeping, like my biggest moment
Nicely
running
done,
into
Mobius
gatekeeping
1.
was definitely
Go and
that.
prepare for your next sortie.
With their radar out of commission,
And it was crazy, like, how much steam it picked up on. Like, there were, like, Armored Core news pages who were, like, quote tweeting his tweet and being like, yo, I haven't been on Twitter today. What did I miss? Because he did it without, like, directly linking to or tagging me or anything. I actually ran into it through an Armored Core news account that I had been following, like, leading up to the release of 6 to keep up, like, keep in the loop with it. And I found the whole thread because one of the Armored Core news pages quote tweeted it and was like, yo, what happened today? And in the replies to even that tweet, there were people saying, like, just a really bad YouTube video. I was like, all right, shit. I struck a nerve. Guess I shouldn't have said that Armored Core 5 is actually kind of okay and I didn't hate it. My bad. My bad. You think if I check... I'm kidding. I was gonna say, you think if I check Ace Combat Twitter today, they're gonna be in flames? The Ace Combat series isn't as big as the Armored Core one was, so probably not. But
let's show them how vulnerable they are.
it has awful gatekeepers and neckbeards, but there are instances when some is justified. Yeah. It's crazy that Verdict Day is the best Armored Core. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not the best, but it honestly, it's up there for me. I gotta say it. People agree with him for some reason. I mean, that's what people, like, some people would say about my video, in all fairness. Damn. The Zero video's been crawling up slowly today. You'll have to see it. I only just thought to look because obviously I haven't been able to look in hours. During the stream, we've gone from a 5 of 10 to a 3 of 10, so I'll take it. To a few fan forums, so we'll see. Oh no. I'm going to set the Ace Combat community on fire. My comment section is already... The comments aren't that bad. There's a cycle that every one of my new videos goes through. Where, like, right on launch, it's all the people who are, like, super regular video watchers who have notifications on and shit. And it'll just be comments like... Let me go look. Can I sort by oldest first on comments? I should be able to. I can't. I can sort by newest and go to the bottom. Hold on. Comments like, it's time. You know, that just come in like literally the minute the video goes public. Yes, that's an AC0 meme, but like all the videos have stuff like that. Like the Metal Gear Solid video last week had people immediately like, finally, been waiting for this since you started Metal Gear, right? Those kind of comments. And then there's like the regulars who watch the video and are like commenting responses, mostly thoughtful, most of the time. 60% of the time, every time. And then there's normally like day one in the middle of the day. There's like the negative wave and then it chills out. I don't know why this is the normal cycle where like halfway through day one is always when the most negative response comes through, but that's always when it comes through. Why are people writing college essays in your comment sections? Probably because my videos are all like college essays. Why do people care that much about digital planes? I have a reason that I think, and this, okay. This is going to sound like I'm blowing smoke up my own ass, and I kind of am, but it's from a comment that I got way back on the Armored Core reviews. I don't remember what point in the series it was. I wasn't gonna say that, but maybe in some cases, yeah. Hyperfixation, potentially. No. One of the comments I got way back on Armored Core was one guy who was like, I just wanted to comment and let you know that these videos are great. It's great to see someone who's completely new like come in and offer praise and criticism and like do so in a way that's respectful to the franchise and the fans of the franchise. And I think that that's why. I think it's that comment, like what he's saying. It's like coming in with a fresh take, or not a take, but a fresh perspective, because normally like everyone's had the takes, right? I'm not the first person to have any opinion on any game, but like a fresh perspective on it and giving like the praise and criticism that I have from that first interaction and doing all the little things that I do where I like do a ton of reading the wiki and like development history and all that for every game to like get a good frame of reference and mixing music from the game's soundtracks in as the background music for like the tone setting and stuff throughout the video. Like that sort of stuff, I think, is what encourages people to write whole ass essays in the comment sections as they do. Because it's true that a lot of the comments that I get are like at least a paragraph long. But honestly, I kind of like it. Because I like getting people's full reactions to my reactions. It's very fun to sit there and read through them. Check this shit out. Upside down missile strike. It's my signature move. Okay, I'm gonna blow smoke up my own ass again. That little rotation as the crashing ship went right overhead, like barely missed me. And we got the little sound. That was pretty fucking sweet. Don't what? Oh, don't blow smoke up my own ass again? I do it a lot. I try to keep it in check, but you know, I've just, the ego is clearly so inflated. Oh, thought that was the third transport. Am I missing something? What do you mean, don't? Oh, just that there were other fighters. I don't see any right now. I'm just gonna let it rip. I don't need the S ranks on Ace. Now that we're on Ace, we're just playing for completion.
You shot down the enemy transport without any radar.
If I had to estimate, I'd say 12% of the people in those comments have jobs. I think it's really high. The amount of people in my comments who are like full-time employed. You know why I think it's really high? It's because of my demographic, which, hold on. Let me go back and I'm doing the math. Only 35% of my audience is under the age of 25. 65% of my viewers are a minimum of 25 years old. So I think that they're mostly employed.
The mission was a
It's gonna be controversial because most of the new stuff you don't like, despite the fact you still like the game because it's built on a great foundation. Yeah, when I was writing it, I was trying to word myself very carefully to like keep it across that I did like the game. But like, you know, it had a lot of things that coming off the previous games, I was like, I think this game did it better. And a lot of these things in Zero aren't inherently bad, but they're weaker than before. So I gotta like call it out because it's noticeable.
Converse Harbor.
I try to, at this point, just if it's in my notes, it goes in the video. Remember back when I was doing like the Armored Core video? Or sorry, the reviews. If anyone was in stream a lot during the Armored Core series, you might remember I would say stuff a lot like, oh yeah, I had like a little thing, like a little nitpick about this, but I cut it from the script because I couldn't find a good place to put it. And it's also because I was trying to keep them shorter back then. At this point, shit's just gone off the rails for the length of these videos. I've given up. The Armored Core 6 video was 25 minutes long. And back when I made that, I was like, dude, this shit's long. Now, my last 3 videos were 22 minutes, 36 minutes, and 22 minutes. Guitar Bro, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. At this point, the length of the videos has loosened up to just being like, however long it takes to get all the thoughts out there, that's how long the video will be. Like Zero because of the vibe. I do really like Zero's, God, I don't want to use the word vibe, but Zero's vibe. I like Zero's, atmosphere and tone a lot. I really did. Like, I thought that was one of the stronger parts of the game. Was just like the feel of it overall. As an experience. Not many games these days. Yeah. A lot of those 17 games, I'm like still not even sure if they'll get a video or not. Cause like I'm pulling it up, right? The list of all the games. I do like doing spin-offs a lot. So I want to do all of it, but there's some that I'm kind of like, can I do this video? Like with the mobile games. Because I'm totally like, I've been doing the Game Boy stuff recently, so I'm totally like, fuck it, let's do the mobile games. Why, like that would be great. Let's just do it all. But then there's stuff like, which one is it? Oh yeah, Assault Horizon Legacy Plus. Like that, it's just a re-release with a little bit added, so that like that definitely won't get a video. Even though I definitely could do a video of it, it's just not gonna get one. Because it's just Assault Horizon Legacy, but more. Infinity I can't even do. I want to do Infinity, I can't. Like it's genuinely not possible to play Ace Combat Infinity, which is insane. The AC2 remake, it's bad. I've heard mixed things on the AC2 remake. Some people really like it, some people really don't, which makes me very curious. Steam file info updated with a new unnamed DLC. I didn't hear that. I heard people saying that they think February, because like 2-year anniversary and all that. I've heard a lot of people saying they think it's going to be in February. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see FromSoft shadow dropping DLC. Simply because they've never done it. They could do it. I don't see why they would do it, is kind of the thing. I kind of forgot that you guys said missiles were one-shot. So there's the first one-shot missile of the run. You know what? I might just go straight first person this time. I haven't done it in a long time. And it looks really clean in 4. Hello, Gustavo. Can do whatever they want. They really can. I just don't, like, I don't know why they would, is the thing. I'm not saying that they couldn't. I'm saying that I can't imagine why they would want to.
Oil rig at vector 050, 8 miles.
That's really the thing. Oh, today it happened. The like little update in Steam's backend. God, I love SteamDB. Oh, I forget that I can't do that in first person. Metal Wolf 2, never. You know, along with the meme of like, Cole, are you gonna do Project Wingman? Are we getting a Project Wingman video? Along with that meme, you know what else I got this morning that was actually unexpected, but weirdly nice to hear again? This morning I got, Cole, are you gonna do Demon X Machina? I haven't had someone ask me that in so long. Like, it was nice just to hear it again for some reason. Purely because it's been so long since I was last asked about it. Last asked. A-S-K-E-D. Asked. Duh? Maybe if I start sounding out my English words the way that I do studying Japanese right now, I'll start to sound a lot better when I speak. You guys should hear me when I study Japanese. Every single word. It's because I can't read, right? It's because I can't just glance at a word and be like, oh, I know what that is. It's not like reading English. I have to sit there and I'm like, I don't know. What's a long word that I know? Off the top of my head, I'm drawing a blank. I know that I know some long words. I don't know. I could pull up my list of words that are tricky for me. Or phrases, rather. It's not normally like words, it's normally more like phrases. I just ate normal Doritos, so nacho cheese. Nacho cheese is in the lead, which is surprising to me right now.
Take out the fighters first. Fox 2. Enemy facility destroyed.
In the plus version, you can turn them off. Oh, I would not be playing the plus version. Whenever I get the chance, prefer to review as the game released, unless it's like an edge case scenario where for whatever reason I'm doing like a look back on sort of thing, if that makes sense. Like if I did Cyberpunk, I would review it as it is now. Although reverting my game to 1.0 and reviewing that could have a lot of value. I might even do both if I ever did Cyberpunk. But something like that, unless there's like a particular edge case. I like doing the release version, so like re-releases and stuff. Recently, I literally last night on the Metal Gear 2 video, someone asked why I opted to play the original MSX version over like HD re-releases or the Master Collection. And I was like, because I want to play, like, I want the warts and all approach.
Enemy facility destroyed.
I want to see how that game actually got put out to the public. So like with Metal Gear 2, because one of the things they said was like, if you played the re-releases where they redid the translation and some of the plot elements, like it would be more consistent with the later games in terms of their story. And I was like, dude, I'm here for the retcons. Like, I want to know when Kojima pulled some funny shit, like how in Metal Gear Solid, Snake is like, Big Boss told me in Zanzibar that he was my father. No, he didn't. He didn't. They changed it later on to make it so that he did, but he never did. In the original Metal Gear 2, that never happened. I played it. Never happened. I want that stuff. Like that, it's way more interesting for doing like a retrospective sort of thing when I get that stuff too. When I can be like, you know, here Snake says that Big Boss was his father and he knew for years now. He didn't. They changed it because it was convenient for this game's plot. It's way more interesting when I have stuff like that. Perhaps you had subtitles off? Look now. Look now. The only like mistakes that I made in terms of Zero's plot was I apparently misunderstood A World with No Borders a tiny bit, where I thought that they wanted Belka to be like the only country. Apparently they just wanted no countries. So I slightly misunderstood that. And then the other one was that in the video, I say that Solo Wing is a pilot from Usea. Those were the two like actual errors that I made while writing the video, story-wise. They're just anarchists. Yeah, I thought they were like a Belkan nationalist group because it was a splinter of the Belkan military. So I just kind of assumed it, to be fair. I thought it was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But that was just completely in my head. Like that was just me making an assumption.
Enemy facility destroyed.
And even when I was like doing the fact checking and stuff, I just never was looking to fact check that, so I kind of glossed over it when I was going through that phase.
Facility destroyed.
That was one of the errors. The Solo Wing one is very minor. Was formed by an Osean squadron. What? Source? Question mark? Source is a great question for me today, because some of the stuff that I went and found the source for on people like correcting stuff in the comments is genuinely like from guidebooks. Some of it isn't even sourced from the game's actual plot. Oh, there's 3 founders and one of them is from Usea. Okay. In the game, they refer to them as remaining Belkan forces. So that's where that came from. In the game's actual dialogue, they're referred to as remaining Belkan forces. If anyone's wondering where I pulled that from, if that's apparently an error in any way.
Fox 2.
It's from the dialogue on the mission after the nuke goes off. It's the briefing dialogue.
Don't let the enemy spook you.
I'm surprised I remember that, but that's the source for where I got that. May as well pull up PCSX and play AC4 as well. I'm in an AC mood, and this is the best one, right? Right. Glad we all agree.
Fox 2.
I'm glad.
Enemy facility destroyed.
Absolutely no one disagrees. No one at all.
Mobius 1, Fox 2. Mobius 1, oil rig destroyed. Switch to attacking the remaining facilities.
The majority of their resources are from remaining Belkan forces. Yeah, it could have even just been like a slight mistranslation or something. It might have just been like a localization thing.
12 o'clock.
Hold on, I saw Azure, but I didn't read it. I was jumping all over the place. Cool Ranch is a bit much for me, but then again, I'm crazy about zesty cheese. The second half of that sentence is beautiful. I am crazy about zesty cheese is a wonderful way of wording it. Or did it say not crazy? Hold on. Either way, it's not as beautiful if I misread it. Hold on.
Facility neutralized.
I have to double check myself. It does say I am beautiful. Wonderful sentence. Assault Horizon is the best.
Mobius 1, heavy group.
I like the non-storyline and complete lack of... Oh, okay. I just read the beginning of that and my jaw came unhinged. Even just... I know what people say about that game. I know what people say. So I just saw the beginning of that and I was like, whoa.
Mobius 1, take vector 180
Oh, I'm out. All right, see ya, bitches. I couldn't have killed you anyway. Uh-oh. That's not a good sound normally. Ace Combat 4 is an A tier? Brother, what? What do you mean A tier?
Their aircraft have a clear advantage as well.
7 had it the worst? Really? 7 had it the worst? That would shock me. Because normally, larger budget, better localization, especially nowadays.
So that's the yellow squadron. Now I've
Like, localization is just better and more available in the industry now than it was 20 years ago. That would shock me. Like, we have actual dedicated teams for localization now, whereas back in like the late 90s, it would always just kind of be like, oh yeah, here's this random guy from the publisher, he'll do it. He can speak Japanese. And I'm not joking, that's genuinely like how the majority of the industry was back in the late 90s with localization. A lot of the time it would actually just be like, dude at the Western publisher who happens to speak Japanese at least well enough to read the script. The story was rewritten so many times, it got one of those.
The enemy lost 5 million barrels.
So it's not the actual translation.
250,000 barrels of crude oil.
It's a
the Ader fleet is
the writer's getting wacky situation.
No longer a threat. Unfortunately, our losses were high as well. We now rely on
man,
more
I see.
skill
I
than
want
ever
to
to
right
compensate
now.
for our losses.
This is the most first world problem shit that I'm about to say to everyone in chat. Right now, with the Zero video and its early performance,
Freeway under construction
like,
in a wheat field
you know,
outside of
reception, numbers, stuff.
started construction,
I want to compare it to the
remember
Metal
how the
Gear
unit
Solid
burned
video
out.
from last week.
even though it was
Because the
hooked
Metal
up
Gear
with
Solid
bypass
video is
town.
genuinely like one of my most viewed videos.
The freeway became
already,
the occupation
just
force's makeshift runway.
Like wholesale,
and the unfinished
across the
tunnels
entire
and
channel,
bunkers.
it's just one of the most viewed
This was their base.
already. In 8 days,
They were
right?
the elite flight squadron.
So I
chosen
want to
protect
compare
the
it to
capital.
that to try to gauge like,
Ironically,
all right,
the same
how
cannon
does
was
the like
created to shoot down
week-long
asteroids.
success of this video look right
Became
now?
a catalyst to the war.
But I really can't because the Metal Gear Solid video was actually a bit of a dud until like day 3.
The Allied attacks no longer
So I have to
came.
wait until like the middle of the day
squadron
Wednesday to start
demonstrations
comparing the two.
distant battlefields.
And it hurts. Because like right now I'm looking at it and it's like, oh, the Ace Combat Zero video has like double the views the
I thought of the words I
MGS
would
video
use to
did. This is
confront
going to be a
them and buy you my
banger.
time.
but I know that that's just not the case.
Although I harbored these feelings within me,
Metal Gear Solid video went real
I could never get
slow
close to him.
until Wednesday, when it just randomly jumped. I pulled up the graph of the last Ace
was
Combat
always by his
stream
side.
for anyone who missed it, because the Metal Gear Solid
Despite
graph is
having a gentle
hilarious. It's
demeanor,
like a flat line
I could tell that
for the
the
first
women
2
would never allow
days.
danger
Oh,
to
sorry,
get me
camera's
below
inverted.
13,
Flat line for the
even
first
on
2
land.
days. Boom.
The pillar
All of a
their
sudden, it
group,
just goes boom.
13 exuded an air of
And it did
invincibility.
this for like 5
He
days.
always chose to fly. a
Video
five-plane
just out of
formation.
nowhere went crazy
He was
on
a
day
man who
3.
prided himself not on
Didn't
his
stop
kill
for the
record,
entire rest of the week.
but on his record of never losing a squadron member. It's difficult for me to describe just how good Yellow 13's flying was, but I witnessed it once from the ground. The lead plane with the 5-plane formation should have turned the same arc with the same timing as the
Gander Bay is supposed to be
others. Yet only his
Gunther?
plane
No
could have short
way.
contrails.
That's like bad mistranslation, like
His
really
heartfelt
bad.
compassion
If that
broke the weak
is
barriers
actual
he
stuff
doubted.
that they did.
Someday, if an equal appeared and challenged the limits of his skills in a fight,
X, if
he
I
would
remember
bear no
correctly, it is
resentment
X.
about being shot down. He said this himself.
It is X. Although,
And so as time passed,
I'm not saying
found
that
the
that's
goodness of
next
a home in
Monday's
their
video
company.
or anything,
leaving them was no longer an option for me now.
but members and patrons will know later today, assuming I remember to write the post for them. Because if there's one thing that I forget to do in the whole YouTube thing more than anything else, it's writing update posts. Like last night, I meant to write the little thing that I always do the night before where I'm like, hey, in the morning, Ace Combat 0 video. I didn't. You know when I remembered that I was supposed to write that? This morning at 8 a.m., an hour before the video went public. And at that point, I was like, well, there's no reason to do it now because in an hour, I'm going to post saying it's up.
Airstrike will be the largest and the most
So,
strategic operation since the
screw that one up, I guess.
North Point. You may need to resupply along the way because this operation will be long in duration.
Galm is a mistranslation of Garm, is it?
That you complete the mission objective
Hold on.
and return to base safely.
You think that would be on the wiki? Would they have like the Japanese name on there? Hold on. Oh, now I'm in the money. Oh, now I'm in the money. You know why? They have a whole Japanese version of the Ace Combat wiki. Go figure, game is big in Japan, but... And you know what, chat? I can't read it. I got a little out of my depths here. I can't read this shit. You know why? Here, I'll pull it over. It's because I can only read hiragana. Which, for those who don't know Japanese at all, TLDR on that is this page is written in pretty much an alternate alphabet that I have not studied one bit. There's like not... There are very few characters on here that I know. Very, very few. Like, so far, we're sitting at 1 from my glance. What the hell is the plus sign? There's a plus sign? I love that I've been spending like a month learning how to read Japanese, and that's pretty much all the progress that I've made in my studies so far is just the reading part for one written form of the language. And there's still that, where like I look at it and I'm like, I can't read a single bit of it. This might as well be Greek. Because, you know, as they say, I'm not saying it. I'm sorry. I'm holding myself back. Garm is a mythical beast from Nordic legends. Zero has the screwed up R's and L's. Well, it's fairly typical for older localization, but it's always painful. It's always painful. It's funny how both Armored Core and Ace Combat have been rejuvenated after a long hiatus, latest entry for each being most successful. It might happen to Metal Gear really soon, too.
Sink the invincible Asia fleet while
Like, Survive came out, immediately shelved the franchise for what, like 7 years? But now we have a remake of Snake Eater coming out.
We'll head toward the back of the harbor.
And if you don't think that that's gonna sell like hotcakes, you're crazy. I haven't even played the game, but I know what people say about Snake Eater. There's no way that people don't just immediately eat that shit up. Like, there's no chance that that doesn't sell like crazy. And assuming it's any good, like if it reviews well, that will just kind of be the catalyst for like a revival of Metal Gear. Granted, who knows what that looks like without Kojima? Like whether it's just we try to make a new game again and see what happens, or if that's we just remake the whole saga. Who knows? But if the game comes out well, then it will definitely revive the franchise going forward. Like, no doubt. I have no faith that Konami will not completely screw up the remake. I have little faith. I have very little faith. But, I mean, I said it even, like, when I reacted to the PlayStation Showcase where they revealed it last year, which I did on stream. I said it immediately. I was like, bro, can you make Metal Gear without Kojima? Like, even a remake, can you do that? Like, will they actually be able to pull this off? It was just my immediate reaction. It's a remake. It's different in that sense for sure, where it's not like a new mainline game sort of revival, but if it sells well, it will definitely revive it. Also, Adam, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. If it sells well and people like it. Apparently they're using the OG lines for Snake at the very least. Oh. From what little I saw of like that showcase and what little I've seen of the game, it looks pretty faithful, but they didn't really show much of anything, right? Like, I can say that him like walking through the waist-high water looked super faithful from what I've seen of the old game, but that's a whole lot of nothing. But I feel like they showed a showcase that pretty much just, to me, read as like, hey, look at this. We are going to be very faithful to the original. Who knows if that's the case, but that's the message I got from that little showcase trailer, personally. That's how it felt from where I'm sitting. Holy shit, those missiles. They did not want to let me go. Bombs would be nice, actually. Now that you say it. Oh, but these are also nice. Shit. No, he's not. Don't worry about it. Beauty? Maybe? Yep. Isn't contracting another studio? I don't actually know who's working on it, now that you bring that up. I have no idea who's making it. Strangely. Does anyone know on this one? Proud of us all. Oh, he said the words. You guys, did you know? I'm sure, especially if you've been in my streams, you probably don't know. There's no way you could. Did you know that Tekken 8 is coming out on January 26th? It's a Friday. Did you know that I'm maybe looking forward to it a little bit? And that we are absolutely playing the shit out of it on said Friday on stream? Did anyone know this? Because probably not, but you know, maybe it leaked out somehow. Who knows how you would have heard that? Wouldn't have been from me talking about it on a daily basis, because I haven't done that at all. Did you guys know that Eddie Gordo got a trailer yesterday? A stealth trailer at that? That was something. Not a full trailer, but like, they just snuck him in at the end of what seemed like an otherwise unsuspecting video. Like, they posted the intro movie for the game to their YouTube, and then after the actual intro ends, they just show Eddie Gordo. And they're like, oh yeah, he's coming out in the spring. He's the first DLC character. So that was nice. Don't even consider Kojima to be a factor on Metal Gear Solid? I don't know, man. It's really unfortunate that Metal Gear has always been Konami's IP, and that he wasn't able to maintain any sort of rights or ownership. Like, that's really the part that sucks. It's just the fact that, like, even Metal Gear 1 was an in-house Konami game. That's the most unfortunate part of the entire situation, is that it's stuck with them. And whatever happens with the series is just completely up to them. It's like the most tragic thing. Especially now that I'm starting to get like Metal Gear brain rot. It really hurts. Like, I don't even know what the Phantom Pain's deal is yet. I know that there's a deal where everyone is like, the game isn't finished. But I don't know exactly what they mean. I'm sure it'll only be so much worse once I finish playing the Phantom Pain. It can only get worse from here. My frustration with Konami being the rights holders can only go downhill. Darwin, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. I mean, I saw the Master Collection, which I've said it before. If you've never played any Metal Gear and you just want like a single convenient package to play like the first 6 games, and I'm saying 6 because Snake's Revenge is in the package, like stealthily, they snuck it in there. It's great for that. The reason I haven't used the Master Collection at all is because either every single game in it is not the best version of the game available, or it's like a polished up version from years later, not just in terms of like visuals or anything, but like the writing or translation work, stuff like that. So it's not like authentic to the original release fully. It's mostly authentic. Like it would definitely be fine to play it as your first time experience. For a lot of people, it would be the better way to play it for the first time.
Hard enemy radar spike. Locked on.
But for me, where I'm like, oh yeah, I want to know when the retcons happened. Like, I don't want to have the later versions that were cleaned up in terms of writing for consistency with later games. I want to see the retcons. So, like with Metal Gear 2, that's why I didn't use the Master Collection, because otherwise I would have, to be honest.
The harbor facilities were wiped out. Don't fret.
Even if slightly above average, I doubt it would be accepted. It's very possible that, like, even if they did a brand new Metal Gear game without Kojima and it was a good game, it's very possible that the community just completely rejects it because it's not Kojima. I wouldn't put it past any gaming fandom to do that, because I've seen so many gaming fandoms do that. First one that comes to mind, I know I compare using this franchise a lot and people are maybe getting sick of it, but Halo. Every single 343 Halo game has something that it does well and something that it offers to like longtime fans of the franchise. And yet, every 343 Halo game, for the majority of the Halo community, is written off as complete garbage that's not even worth playing. Like, that's what they'll tell newcomers all the time. And I'm just like, what? Do you guys not realize that newcomers will probably really like Halo 4's campaign? Because I'm not so dedicated to the original trilogy to not recognize that. Like, people who are just doing a first-time front-to-back run of the series will probably really enjoy Halo 4. And probably Infinite's campaign, too. Like, Infinite's campaign isn't really my thing. But if you were a first-time fan just running through all the games in order, you might really like Infinite. I think there's a lot there for newcomers to enjoy. Newcomers who, like, haven't played hundreds of hours of Halo and have this really deep, like, minute level understanding of what makes Halo design-wise. Like, those people will probably like Halo 4 and Infinite, and probably even 5. As much as it hurts me to say it, and I wish that wasn't the case, it's probably true. Infinite's core gameplay is my favorite in the one of my favorites in the series. I think Infinite's core gameplay is amazing. I agree. I think the sandbox in Infinite is actually insane, and it might be. It might be the best. I'll stick with might. I won't say it is the best, but it might. I'm gonna accidentally.
Mobius 1, perform landing check.
Some people really don't like Reach even.
2 miles to touchdown.
Hello, I am people. I am some people. Oh, speaking of Halo Reach, I should probably start mentioning this more frequently. On Saturday night, I will be on friend of the show, False's Twitch channel playing Halo Reach. First time in a while that we've gotten a Halo stream scheduled, but on Saturday night we're doing one, for the record.
Nicely done.
I'll make a habit out of talking about that more throughout the week. Because I like seeing my people pop up and spread the word of Armored Core, Ace Combat, etc. Because False hates when I talk about those games. So having someone pop up in chat and be like, have you ever played Ace Combat 0?
Altitude restrictions canceled. Return to your mission, Mobius 1.
I love it. It makes me so happy when it happens. It's not 0 specifically, but people have... It's so good. I love it so much. I get so like hyper fixated on the games I do review series for like months at a time that she gets so sick of seeing them and hearing about them and all that from me. And then when someone pops up in chat and mentions it, it makes me just smile ear to ear. Like indescribable satisfaction from that. Because immediately she's like, oh God, other people enjoy Ace Combat. It's not just his crazy ass. Noted. Please. Please. Just Armored Core especially. Armored Core and Ace Combat. Metal Gear she hasn't complained about yet. You could try Metal Gear. It definitely won't get a reaction the way that Armored Core or Ace Combat will. She's never actively complained about Metal Gear. At least not yet. Again, it probably will happen at a certain point. Reach is the only good Halo game. It's okay to be wrong. It's completely fine. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I know this is bait. I won't fall for it. I won't! I am immune to your bait. I see what it is. I recognize it. You know why? Because I'm the master of bait. You have no idea how much restraint it took to not change mid-sentence into saying something else. I am more mature than a 13-year-old. I am. I promise. I am the master of bait. I am. Have you seen my Ace Combat Zero thumbnail? I am sure that that video got anger clicks. At least a few. At least a few. There's no way it did. Some people just saw the thumbnail and were like, what the fuck? A lot wrong? I'm the master of bait. Even just resisting saying baiting is difficult for me. I am a mature adult. I'm a grown-ass man. I am. I do not find toilet humor or sex humor funny because I'm beyond that in my mature old age of 21 years old. I like how I joke about being a boomer so much, knowing full well that like the vast majority of people who watch this channel are older than me. Which definitely has nothing to do with the games that I cover at all. Nothing to do with it. I have no idea why. Ooh. Feel the same way about Zero as I do about ODST. Oh. I feel the same way about Zero as I do Reach, where I'm like, it's not that it's a bad game at all. And it has like a really great atmosphere and like overall feel to it, like as a package. But it just, after having played the rest of the games, I just don't like it as much. It's like, I feel the same exact way about Halo Reach as I do Ace Combat Zero. I really like the overall like atmosphere and tone and everything. But I just don't think the game plays as well as many of its predecessors. That is a shockingly strong comparison between Halo Reach and Ace Combat Zero, actually. Like, I know you said ODST, but it made me realize immediately that Reach is such a good comparison for me to use today. Although, a lot of people did say that, Zero is one of those games. Like, 5 is a game that gets worse with each replay. And 0 is a game that gets better with each replay. And I can 100% see that being the case for both. I mean, I saw it being the case for both even just when I first played them. Like I said in the 5 script, the Ace Combat 5 script, that, I can definitely tell that on like repeat playthroughs, it's a game that would be pretty easy to get like sick of because of like its story emphasis and stuff, and putting the gameplay on the back end. And with Zero, it's just kind of the opposite thing, where it's like, yeah, the gameplay is like the #1 thing in Zero because the story is super light, despite what some of the comments have told me. Like, the lore of 5, or sorry, not 5, 0 is super deep. But like the story in the game's campaign was pretty light.
We've got to get out of the harbor.
I played and enjoyed 0 way more than 5 over all these years. Yeah, and it's like, the first playthrough of 5 definitely felt like a better package and experience. But I'm sure that, like, by the time I've played both games 4 times, I might prefer 0 at that point. You know what I mean? Like, after I've seen and done everything, and after I've gotten thoroughly sick of Ace Combat 5 making me sit there floating in a straight line for a minute or two just so that people can talk to me. But also, hello, Augusta. please. Okay, thank God.
Sky Eye here. Enemy fleet and harbor facilities confirmed destroyed.
So far, Ace isn't terrible.
RTB.
The plot holes in 5 become more glaring the more you play it. Oh, I saw some plot holes for sure. But it's like, the story is there as, well, they did try to focus on it more, but for me, I'm such a gameplay guy that unless the story is like weak, like really weak, I'm not gonna give much of a shit. Like I'm fine with that. I'm trying to think, like, what's a game that I really like that has a terrible story? Hold on. Steam, favorites, turn it off. Who of you have terrible stories? Who of you have bad stories? DMC5. I wouldn't say DMC5 has a terrible story, but outside of like having entertaining characters, it's not very good. Who else of you have terrible stories? Not many of you, to be fair. Oh, dude, okay. Black Ops 3 is for zombies. I was gonna say that campaign is awful all around, gameplay and story. But that's for zombies. It's not about. I mean, the Crisis 2. Crisis 2, definitely. Not many of those have weak stories, but some of them do.
The so-called invincible fleet has been destroyed.
Every time I replay 5, I notice a new plot hole, and I've replayed it dozens of times. Yeah, I think 5 is like it. The 5 has like a similar thing. What game did I just say? Oh, DMC5. DMC5's story, in terms of like the actual plot, and if you were to just summarize it to a person verbally, DMC5 has a pretty weak story, but the characters are really entertaining. And I feel like Ace Combat 5 has that effect too. Where it's like, yeah, the story, I didn't like the story very much, but you know what I did like? Chopper, Edge, the other guy, whose name I can't remember, who I didn't like as much. He was fine. But the third guy, someone throw me a bone here. Hold on, it is about that time. Unfortunately. Archer? Archer. Was it Archer? Hold on. Who were the demons of Rosgrease? Hold on. Grim! Archer is the guy who comes in late. Yeah. I was thinking of Grim. I couldn't remember Grim's name. I forgot about Archer too, to be honest. But, or sorry, Swordsman. Not Archer. Who was Archer? It is about that time, but I gotta look now. Oh. Grim's call sign was Archer. Oh. Why does he go by Grim for like the whole game? Oops, that's the wrong scene. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's his last name, but like Chopper goes by Chopper. Anyway, Blaze. I'm overtime. I am overtime. I am going to go eat dinner. Delicious, tasty dinner, whatever it is. I don't have a plan, but I'll figure it out. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub, come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing Armored Core 100%. We're doing Metal Gear 100% now. I'm thinking there's more that I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, the Devil May Cry S ranks. We've been doing that. We're going to be doing Tekken next week, the new Tekken game. Now that has come up, because someone had to bring it up. The one day that I didn't. But yeah, next week we'll be playing Tekken, checking all of that stuff out, which apparently that game is going to be so content rich. It's crazy. The more that I hear that's in that game, I'm just still shocked that there's more that I didn't hear about previously. So feel free to come back for any of that. Also, if you enjoyed and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a like. Helps out a lot with algorithm and stuff, so I'd appreciate it. Thank you if you've done so already. Thank you if you're about to do so. Before you leave, in the pinned message for those that haven't seen it, is the Ace Combat Zero review that went up this morning. Actually, it's the whole playlist. So if there's any others that you're missing, like if you missed the Ace Combat Advanced video, you know, that's there, just saying. But the Zero review is up there too. So if you haven't seen that yet, feel free to check that out. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back here next time. I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.